Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm here with the Patriots, and we're just getting ready to have breakfast. We have a bunch of eggs, dozens of eggs. We have some bacon. We have coffee going here. And I'll just get the camera all set up. I got my buddy over here, Teddy Bear. And, we're going to get ready to have breakfast. We're going to have a good, safe day. I just want to say good morning to the beautiful, intelligent, well-spoken, motivated female law enforcement officer who I had the pleasure of meeting yesterday. Wonderful to meet you and hang out with you. I'm really looking forward to our date together. We're gonna have a lot of fun. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. Get excited. It's probably too soon to talk to your mom about me, but we can work our way up to that. So respectful greetings to the lovely, beautiful, intelligent, public servant of a police officer here for the parks, who was, kind enough to give me a ride the other day. Very nice of her to help me get a ride. So thanks. And I'm looking forward to our date. I can't wait to spend time with you. Oh, wow. You're coming down to D.C.? Yeah, good job. Come on down. You got to come down. The Patriots are here. The Patriots are awake. We're getting this done. Hail from Canada, 10-4. Still in D.C. Come on, you got to get down here. I need you guys here. We're not going anywhere, guys. This is where we're at. We're right here in D.C. You can see the monuments, you know what I mean? The Capitol is behind me. I'll show you the Capitol. And I'm having coffee right now with some of the Patriots, but there's the Washington Monument. Guys, I love you so much. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. I had a lot of learning opportunities that came out of the other day. You can't yell and scream at a 2-star chief and 50 of his officers and curse them out like a drill instructor and call them cowards. And you can't correct police officers on their uniforms when they don't have appropriate uniform maintenance, without somebody coming over and arresting you. You also can't ask a sergeant for the Parks Police, for help on something and expect him to do a good investigation and support you in real time. I learned a lot of things. I learned that you're going to get arrested if you yell and scream at 2-star chiefs and you tell them what terrible people they are. You know what I mean? And I'm not necessarily saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying that he made bad policy choices. And he may have been taking them from the mayor, right? Because city police, right, don't they report into the mayor? Now, the Parks Police, that's a different story. That sergeant went out on his own and decided that he was going to make it as bad as possible for us. So we're going to see what happens. I think a lot of Patriots are going to come out. We're peaceful and non-violent. We do not want rioting. I do not want rioting. I do not want looting. I do want 1 million Patriots on the National Mall waving American flags, demanding that their government remember that they work for us, right? They're elected officials. Our elected officials work for us. We need to vote in November. I hope y'all were voting in your primaries. All right, and you've got to vote in November. Okay, you got to find out what's going on with your candidates. You got to find out what they stand for. You got to know their policies, folks, and you got to get the right people in office. What do you think, Teddy Bear?
I'm sorry I didn't catch that.
Well, I was just hoping you would blindly get my back on that. I was just saying people got to vote, man, in November.
Hell yeah.
And we need to remind our elected
Whatever
officials.
he says.
That's my man right there.
Whatever he says.
Now that's how Marines get each other's back. Right there, 10-4.
Big 10-4.
10-10, he says. Cool. Let me put you guys down right here. We're just going to have some coffee, and we're going to talk this morning. And, we're right here. The National Mall is right there. That's the Air and Space Museum that they're working on with that crane right there. Let me just show you the Capitol building, and then I'll come back and we'll have coffee together. That way they know right where we are. We're going to get a great view of the Capitol, I think, right up here. There it is. See how you can see the top of the building, top of the dome right there? That's the U.S. Capitol right on the other side of those trees. All right, that is the Capitol right there. These are all the Patriots, and you can see all the police in the background. The police have been around the whole time. They're here for our safety, but they're also here to intimidate us and to try to get us to move on. They pulled all the porta potties from right in front of where we camped, but they left porta potties all the way down on the other side of the red light on 7th Street. We're on 4th Street, and between like 7th and 8th, they left some porta potties way down there as far as I could zoom, way on the other side, 100 yards on the other side of the light that you could barely see when I zoom all the way in. So they left those toilets. but they pulled our toilets. And they're just trying to get us to leave. So we're just hiking it. We're just hiking, doing our thing. Good morning. How you doing? Y'all want some eggs, some breakfast, Come on, Patriots. Turn those keys to the left, 10-4. I tried to get the gardeners to turn the keys to the left, but they've got to go water the hydrangeas right now. Hey, I actually found stuff that I got to deliver, man. When I was coming out here, I just found this in here. One of the Patriots gave me this whole thing on the way out. Well, I didn't know. I didn't open it until today.
Oh, okay.
And then I opened it, and I found these. I'm not sure what these are, but all this is for the movement. This is for somebody on the movement. This is for Santa. There's one for Oreo that you can see right there on his windshield. So to the lady who gave me the envelopes to give to Oreo, Santa, and the other person, you can see the one on Oreo's hood right there.
A bunch of those.
Oh, are they bracelets? Or?
Yeah.
Look at these bracelets. All right, this Patriot also gave us these peace bracelets with leather and
black ones in here too.
There's black ones here too, and they say peace. So this Patriot gave us a bunch of these bracelets, which are beautiful. Great job, Patriot.
They look handmade.
They look handmade. They're beautiful. They say peace on them. There's one for Santa here, and then guess what? Check that out. Let me zoom out, guys, and I'll show you. But look what.
I'll hold that for you. There you go. Right there.
Check it out. There's a donation in there for $17.76.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's in it. I don't know how much it is. As you can see, all of the envelopes are unopened that I was given. Oreo's envelope is right there. It's unopened, and I just forgot that I had it. I was cleaning trash out of my truck, and it was like $17.76.
You can't be forgetting shit like that.
Well, I didn't know I had presents. I didn't know I had presents. So whenever I see Santa this morning, I'm going to put this stuff in his hands, and I'll let him hand it out. And yes, ma'am, check this out. There's also a really cool American flag ring right here for one of the ladies on the movement. A beautiful American flag ring right there, which I think is super cool for the Patriots. So I'm chilling with Brian.
The ladies that do the letters and donations and all, Pete, need you for a minute.
Yeah, I will. You gotta give it to Santa.
Okay.
Guys, I just wanted to tell you. She asked me to give her. I trust you, but I just want to make sure the lady knows I followed.
No, definitely.
I did find them, and that'll be something for us. Hopefully, it'll be.
Thank you to whoever did that.
Thank you.
I'm becoming X's cameraman.
Dude, thank you. I'm looking for them. I don't see your name on this. Maybe it's on the one on Oreos.
It's probably written on whatever's inside.
Can you make me a cup of coffee? Please? With coffee, creamer.
I didn't know you want. I didn't know you didn't have any. Usually you got coffee before I get up.
No, but I didn't even get it.
Well, I gotta wait till X gets back to take his camera so it don't get stolen. But yeah, these ladies here are making us breakfast this morning, y'all.
They're from Christie.
Christy.
All these are from Christie.
Okay, these are from Christy, y'all.
Thank you, Christy, so much. Really appreciate you. I'm gonna put it right in Santa's hand and make good on your request. No problem at all. Thank you for supporting us. We need all of you to come out.
You've heard the expression "happy wife, happy life," right? Okay, I gotta go make mine coffee before she takes my head off. I'll be back in a few, brother.
All right, bro. I want to talk to one with me a little bit too. All right, cool. Here we go. Guys, 2 more Patriots showed up last night, and I can't wait to introduce you to these Patriots. They're so cool. They're from West Virginia. We're going to go interview them in just a minute if they'll talk to me again. And good morning. I have something for Rose. Rose, I have an envelope for you. I'm pointing the camera away. I have an envelope for you from a woman named Christy who asked me to bring you that and a really cool American flag ring. So I have a little gift for you when you're up and moving. Oh, she's up and she's moving. Well, let's hook Rose up on the way over. And then I'll go hit the trash can and drop this stuff off. Then we'll go talk to the new Patriots who arrived. And then we'll give the other donations to Santa. And you can see all the Patriots, guys. It's not like we left. We're right here, They're trying to get rid of us. They're trying to intimidate us. They're taking away our toilets and restrooms that were out here on the mall. They're saying that trucks can't park here, even though there's no sign that says no trucks, where we parked the trucks at. And, then they're arresting people. They want to make it as tough as possible.
Well, that's nice of her.
From Christy.
Christy.
Christy says, thanks for all the help that you've done with the restoration movement.
Oh, that's really kind. Thank you, Christy.
It's a cool ring, right?
That's an awesome ring.
The American flag ring's badass.
That's awesome.
So thank you very much, Christy.
Yes, thank you.
Have a great day, Rose. That's super cool. This Patriot just wanted to support a few people on the movement, and so she had some things. Christy had a few envelopes that she wanted to pass on to people. So, speaking of throwing trash away, let me tell you, don't take the bait. I learned a lesson. I've insulated myself with really good people, and I'm not going anywhere near any people who are doing that kind of protesting or trolling or whatever you want to call it. I'm not going anywhere near those people. So you guys can see the Patriots. We're up. We're getting ready. We're having coffee. The Parks Police have been, one parked on each side of us over here all night. And they just keep an eye on us. But we also have security all night. You know what I mean? We have people like, that's not to say right, but we have maybe 8 people who work security. So there are always people awake. We've got a fire watch in place. And, it's really awesome. Now, one of the Patriots we're going to go talk to, he said that maybe I'll give him a chance. We'll have a discussion. We'll have a pretty open discussion. But a Patriot came over to me and said, hey, I just want to tell you that I'm so-and-so. And I said, oh, hey, nice to meet you. Thank you so much for coming down. Really appreciate you being here. And he goes, don't you recognize my name? And I was like, well, yeah, you've been in the chat room. And he's like, I gave you a pretty hard time there. And I just want to let you know that I don't feel that way anymore. And he told me that he appreciates what I'm doing, and it really meant a lot to me. There was something there that was frustrating him related to the Paul Revere thing. But he said once he got the rest of the information, once he went out and actually got the information about what happened, he's able to look past that. And thank God. That was sure wasn't anything that anybody wanted to work through, but sometimes you're in a position where you either have to choose your morals and values or someone who's trying to associate with you. And I went with morals and values on that one. I was like, hey, how are you? Not friendly. She just shrugged at me. How are you? And she shrugged. I don't blame her. I shrug sometimes. But I'll say, hey, or something, or ring my bell on my bike if somebody says hello to me. You know what I mean? So be a patriot. Say hey. All right, cool. Yeah, Santa came in last night. You guys can see that on the video. It was awesome to see our brother Santa, alive and well, free out of his cage. He said that the U.S. Marshals took him and they had to zip tie a belt for him you can improvise a belt. Sleeping? Santa's sleeping, guys. I'm going to go over here. Thank you. Santa's sleeping, so we're going to go over here. We don't want to wake him up. But he improvised a belt with some zip ties. Good morning, brother. Patriot Sergeant. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna stay safe. I'm gonna stay away from anybody who is coming on the site like that unless it's a threat to life, limb, or eyesight. And if there is a threat to life, limb, or eyesight, I'll come out, and address that. But we have people in place for security. They can deal with those types of folks, and that'll allow me to do my job here with the movement. Plumber B, Plumber B, Plumber B, Plumber B. Guys, Plumber B. Can I walk over and say good morning to you, sir? Man, these Patriots right here. Did you get to brush your teeth, Mrs. B? Because if those visionaries smell that breath from here, guys, these are two incredible American Patriots visionaries. This is Plumber and Mrs. B. And they have come out to this movement in person. They've come out in person, but they've been following everything online, right? How long have you been watching this? Oh, so you've been going down to 1776 base camp for a while now. Okay, I see. You were following since it was TPC, and we talked about that a little bit. And I really do agree with you on some of the points. Would you be willing to just talk about what you think some of the shortcomings with TPC were, and maybe what 1776 is doing that maybe 1776 recognizes and is addressing or doing better?
Well, the TPC, I mean, yeah, they said the convoys is important. Yeah, they are. Anytime you got trucks moving, you're going to get noticed, and Patriots on the overpasses and things like that.
Yes, sir.
I was all excited when you first landed at Speedway in early March. Then as the days went by, just sitting around, circling the Beltway, it's like, okay, when are we going in to let DC know, what our mission is or what our goal is? And it never materialized. And then out of the blue, well, let's get the convoy rolling again and head to California. And while I agree, some of the bills out there they had was very crucial, but I didn't agree. But I'm not a leader. I still followed it religiously every day.
What you're talking about was a crux moment in the convoy. It was a critical moment.
Yeah.
And it was actually Santa who called me into his truck. Maybe I'm going to do an interview with Sheepdog later. I think we were talking about that is it Truth Seeker 88? So really looking forward to talking to Truth Seeker 88 later today. And Sheepdog had Truth Seeker, right? Yeah. And I hear Mrs. Sheepdog's also come out and supported the movement, right? Yeah. But that moment when the People's Convoy decided to go to California was a crux moment. And I argued against it. And to Santa, he brought me in his truck. I sat in Santa's Kenworth, and this was a crux moment. It was, are we going to keep going into DC, or are we going to go out and fight this tyrannical 10 or whatever? And I said, I'm here to put pressure on the federal government. I have grievances that I want to redress, right? I want to have a conversation.
Yep, I was screaming at the phone, it's like, come on, let's you're here, you got the momentum, let's go now. But it just, things changed, and I wasn't in leadership, so I took it for what it was.
Yeah.
Still supported, still agreed with the mission, still agreed why they went to California, but I just felt that close to DC, stay here and be heard.
We were here. We came all the way across the country. We charged, and then we just kind of drove around waving flags. Yep. And I saw the convoy. The American government is incredibly powerful, right? Uncle Sam is really good at watching his back. Yep. Maybe not the back of all the citizens all the time. Yeah. For example, there were all these softball games here. There are all these runners, hundreds of runners every day, and there's not one toilet on the National Mall in the nation's capital, on a national park. Why can't you build a toilet in Washington, D.C. on the National Mall in the nation's capital? Why can't there be a beautiful building that talks about the history of, this area and the people, right? Grand Canyon's got a bathroom in the visitor center.
Because they're in the buildings that taxpayers paid for.
That's right. We paid for it. We should be able to have a place to go to the restroom. If you urinate outside, it's a sex offense in D.C. It's an exposure sex offense. So we got to tell everybody, don't water a tree.
Yeah. And then when convoy come back, That was a mess. The speedway. I mean, it was dirty. I know way out in Post Falls, Idaho, multiple questions was asked when we get back to Hagerstown, are we going to DC? And it was yes across the board. And a lot of people come back just on that yes. And for it to end like it was, like it did, it was shameful for these people.
Should have just gone straight in.
Yeah.
Should have gone straight in,
Yeah.
put it in park. And that's what we did here. And then after the police responded the way they did,
Yeah.
we're sure not going anywhere.
Right.
The American people need to stand up and say that we will not stand
They do.
for that. We will not be treated that way by our own police who are supposed to protect us, especially when you go to them in good faith and ask for help. I mean,
where are all you 30 and 40-year-olds at?
Well,
you need to get out here.
You got one of these Marines right here. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, she's here. She's 29 and a half. My mom's been 29 for decades. Yeah. Guys, one thing and that's actually a big deal. I think maybe when I'll let Sheepdog run that conversation however he wants, right? But those were critical moments, and looking at the leadership of the People's Convoy and what some people are willing to do and what others are willing to do, right? Santa said, this is what we're doing. This is what it's about. This is like the Ottawa style effort, right? And bring everybody in. Let's raise awareness, whether it's Second Amendment or whether it's First Amendment, right? Fourth Amendment, the way they stole Oreo's phone. I was yelling at the police officer on the video. That's a violation of his Fourth Amendment. That's a legal search and seizure. It's a legal search and seizure of his papers, right? That's how it's written. Fourth Amendment. And eventually they gave him his phone back. Shelly's on the ground, with a broken arm. 50 cops, not one of them is going over and rendering aid or blocking the big truck from running her over. Nothing. They're treating her like she's a faker. And then you get the X-ray vision, and it's not a fake. It's the real, right? And the police officer walked up to her and goes, you should probably go to the hospital. I can't really tell if it's broken because I don't have X-ray vision. And he said it like that to her. And she was the one whose son was the Marine who died, and she passed his truck to me. And he said it like that to her, mocking her with a broken arm in the ground while that police officer stole Santa's semi-truck. No permission. We heard it last night, right? No permission, and bumped into Brian's truck, made an accident, and then fled the scene of a crime. I mean, how can police officers behave this way in the United States? And how do the citizens just say, yeah, it's okay. Just go ahead and oppress us. I don't care if you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Christian, Jewish, Muslim, whatever you are. If you're not okay with this, you need to get down here, guys. And you know what? I understand and respect people have childcare stuff going on. We had 10 kids down here yesterday. I understand and respect that people are a little bit older, advanced in years. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, right? Or we call them mom and pop. And how do you think they're in their 80s, 70s or 80s? So they're in their 70s or 80s. They cook breakfast every day for everybody. All right. And you know what? I understand and respect that there are a lot of different types of disabilities out there. And some people don't like to be in the social crowds, right? That's me. And a lot of the veterans will say, I just don't like crowds. Well, hey, veterans, I don't like them either. Okay. All right. I don't like them either, brothers and sisters, but I need you here. I need the veterans. I need American Legion here. And when you want to talk about a disability or a healthcare issue, can we crack this door open?
Yeah.
Look at this, guys. These Patriots you used to watch on TV then came out. Look at Plumber B's leg. Look, he's in a cast and he's got a wrap all the way up. This is Plumber B right here. This is Plumber B. So he's had, can I just say that, just the one word? So he's had an infection in his foot, and it's been a process, right? You've had to work through that, and you've had doctor's appointments and medications to get and take, and you got to keep it clean, right? And 4 surgeries. And he's had to have 2 amputations and 4 surgeries, and Plumber B is here after 4 surgeries and 2 amputations. Plumber and Mrs. B are here in the field, and they might have said, hey, I don't have a big van or a camper, or I don't have a big old travel trailer, and I don't either. But look what they did.
Got 8 seats in here. If people get hot, we'll fire up the AC. They come in here, set the seat. We're a mobile AC on wheels.
Incredible Patriots. They have good AC. They got a place where they can sleep. So do what you have to do to get out here, Patriots.
Yeah, she quit her job to get back here.
You quit your job to come here? Mrs. B quit her job yesterday. We talked about it. What was it that led you to quit your job to come out here, Mrs. B? This movement. You're both incredibly inspiring. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. Thank you for being here.
Got to step up.
What was it that pushed you past that barrier membrane of the front door and brought you out to the base camp in 1776? What made you leave the house and come out and get involved in person, despite all of these obstacles and barriers?
These 35 or 40 people that were
Challenges.
Test of resolve.
from the convoy,
Only makes me more determined.
they were, they were in need. We're a half hour away, so we went to them and say, here, we're here to help. Anything we can do, so we helped them, being there monetarily, anything we could do. I mean, we basically gave until it hurt.
Yes, sir.
But then the hurt went away because what we could possibly change, it's all worth it, because if you don't get your rights back, and they're going to take it anyway.
That's right.
Why sit there and let them take it?
That's right.
Go out, spend your money the way you want to spend it, and yeah, they'll take it either way. So you might as well take it, use it for some good.
That's right. You saw what happened in Canada.
Yeah, maybe one or two senators, congressmen will wake up and say, "Huh, I agree with them."
10-4.
So,
Yeah, guys, I know I'm kind of in their face. I'm sorry. I'm really close to you, but they're like, you're in their face too much. But the engine's running, and there's a window here. And so I wanted to make sure I was able to capture sound from these fine Patriots. Thank you guys for coming out here. Thank you for doing this. The Patriots are saying good morning to everybody. They're saying good morning to you and thank you. So thank you so much for doing this and for being here. And when you guys see Plumber B and Mrs. B in the chat, this is who they are. Thank you, Patriots. Thank you so much for being here.
thank you.
How can we get more people out here? Just the last question. What advice would you have in terms of what can people at home do to either come out themselves or to get others to come out?
Well, there's really no excuse. I mean, you get up to go to work every day. Everybody has time off. Take the time, come in and see for yourself. That's the only way you're going to know. Don't make a judgment over anything you see or hear. Come out and see it for yourself. Because like I told you earlier, I supported TTC, but I really couldn't get involved the way I felt compelled to get involved with this movement.
10-4.
This movement was real to me. It really touched on all the points that my mind was thinking, her mind was thinking, and we constantly talk, and we married since Jesus was a baby.
Yeah. 5 years together.
Yeah, 5 years. Coming up on
35 years. 35 years together, everybody. Yeah.
But, it's just there's no excuse. At this point, there is no excuse. We've been building up to this for over a month. This movement is young, but we've made strides by leaps and bounds, and we need new recruits.
We need boots on the ground.
We do.
Patriot boots on the ground.
We do.
And it's like a lot of people think it's designated as one political party, and that's not the case.
We're not one political party. We're
It does no matter what race, religion, anything like that.
yes, ma'am.
And it's like you said, there are people that have health insurance that say without go, but if they're only watching this, they can share it with friends. Get the word out also.
Yes, ma'am.
Write their congressmen, write their senators.
That's right.
You got this movement that they're sitting in D.C. in 100-degree heat. Give them some love.
That's right.
Notice them
I mean, you already said
with no facility.
with no bathrooms. They came and took our bathrooms, and they said it was about 4th of July, but then they left the other ones up around the city. Maybe over time they're taking them down.
Yeah.
There's the 20,000 women. What is it? The Women's Summer of Rage March.
Rage or something like that.
Summer of Rage March. So I bet they'll have bathrooms for them.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll just be able to access them. She said they're going to have a woman of rage right here if they don't have bathrooms.
But it's like
10-4.
me. I mean, I don't pay attention to myself. I mean, she barks at me every day.
Well, yeah.
I hope my podiatrist is not watching, but I'm always supposed to be on my foot 10 minutes a day.
No way. Plumber B and Mrs. B, you're making incredible sacrifices to be here, and they are recognized. Thank
10
you.
minutes a day. I mean, you add that up, 10 minutes is nothing. So,
That's just going to the bathroom. It's just walking back and forth to the bathroom during the day, or to the kitchen table, or whatever.
yeah. So,
Thank you for being here and even putting your health at risk to support this movement and freedom.
yep, all I can do. No question.
Thank you, Patriot. Thank you, man. Thanks for talking to me. They're great people. They're cool. All right, so we're here. You see us right here. Oh, our friends over there from the road crew are still here. The ones who said they would never vote for Biden. There's the African-American lady over there in the safety yellow and green clothing. She said that she would never vote for Biden. She would never vote for him, and she didn't vote for him. And she said that her mayor here is terrible too because of what she does with housing, the woman in the right corner of the screen in the safety green, who we talked to yesterday, and that's all on camera. So good morning, everybody. I'm so glad you're with me. Thank you to all the moderators for keeping us safe and keeping the channel running. I really appreciate you guys. You can see the Patriots here in DC. You can see how we've taken the block right on this side, and we have more and more Patriots joining us every day. We had an EMT and firefighter joining us last night from Virginia, and he came and pulled security for us on the first shift. A great guy. You guys saw Scott. Good morning, Teresa. And if you guys go back in the video, when I was coming out here with the convoy, with the little convoy, with Butch and everybody coming out here, a woman gave me a pouch full of envelopes and gifts. And so hey, good morning, Hal.
Hey,
This is a real Patriot right here.
it's morning. I don't know how good it is. My second night sleeping in a van.
How was it? Did you get any sleep?
I think I have 3 hours.
Do you have a good setup, or do we need to work on your setup together?
Well, I ended up with extra passengers when I came out here.
I see.
My neighbor Jerry, a 75-year-old man, and his dog Curtsy,
Oh, can you guys see the
are
puppy
now
in here?
camping out in my van. Never expected I would be doing this.
Look at the little dog.
This is Convoy Curtsy.
Convoy Curtsy.
Yes, that's her.
So you didn't expect to have a dog with you?
I didn't expect to have a 75-year-old man and a dog sleeping in a van with me in Washington, D.C. No.
Well, that's one way to exercise patriotism, man. You know,
Well, I can tell
you're
you.
helping this patriot, right? You're helping him get here.
It's a test of resolve.
You said that earlier, right? Because I said what, challenges or roadblocks, and you're like, no, they're
I can tell you
opportunities.
It's a test of resolve. This is a multi-purpose device. This is for brushing my teeth. An extreme test to resolve. It's a bathroom.
Especially if you put a pool noodle, a foam noodle around the outside, it makes it comfy.
Well,
Or a
first
t-shirt.
First time in my life, I had to do that in a van.
Did you ask your van mates to give you some space before you did that, or did that happen with the dog and the 75-year-old man in
Well,
there?
the dog slept through it.
Thank God. I guess that
Jerry
notion.
went for a walk, so
Oh,
I got advantage of that. I locked the door so you couldn't get in just in the middle of anything because it was complicated.
10-4. 10-4.
Complicated. That's not something I want to have to do again. I am told that all the museums are free. They open at 10 in the morning and their
Good.
bathrooms are usable.
Yeah, and there's one right here, National Museum or the National Gallery of Art is
No,
right
you know
here
what they
behind
did, though?
Hal.
They locked the doors on this side, so you have to walk all the way around the building, which is a whole block.
They said it's an exit only, right?
Yes.
There might be that building right there. I think is a museum too, over on this side, over by the DC church.
Yeah, well, I'm going to scoop out all the nearest bathrooms because I don't want to have to do that ever again.
No,
I will if I have to.
for freedom.
Because they're testing my resolve. It only makes me more determined to stay out here and continue this fight.
Awesome. And I'm looking forward to staying out here with you, my brother.
God bless you.
We're gonna win. God bless you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
And all you guys watching out there, get the hell down here.
We need you.
Don't expect that it's going to be cherries and grapes and everything. This is miserable. But I can tell you this: after camping out on a parking lot in Bunker Hill, West Virginia, on asphalt, this isn't much different. So they got a long way to go before they can really test our resolve out here.
10-4. We're motivated.
Peace. Love
Look at
and
that.
peace.
Love and peace.
and peace. God
Very
bless
good.
you all.
Very good, very good. Thanks, Hal. Just showing them all the Patriots. You know, we're not going anywhere. We're here, right? We're going to have more people coming every day. We had more people
a
come
real test.
yesterday.
It's extreme test. And, you know, it's either this or it's the demise of our democracy.
That's right. We can't let
It's the
that
demise
happen,
of
right?
Our country. It's the demise of our Constitution. It's a violation of our Constitution. It's a violation of our civil rights. I didn't become a free man. I paid off all my debt. I worked hard enough. I never have to work again a day in my life. I'm free. I'm free from slavery and debt. I'm free from having to work. And I don't live in a free country. It's not right.
How do you feel about what happened with Santa and some of
They're
the more
just
aggressive
messing
police
with us.
tactics?
They just wanted to get us trucks to look for weapons.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
That's stupid. A traffic violation in Maryland, and he's a fugitive of justice. That's bullshit.
Sending the U.S. Marshals, yeah, to extradite him and take him
Yeah.
over in leg shackles.
What do they have? 40 or 50 police officers out there
Oh,
for
yeah.
one guy?
Oh, yeah.
All those police officers, 2 police officers were there for him. The rest of them were here for us. The same way when X-Ray got it.
I remember.
They had maybe 20 officers out there.
That's all I had, 20. The Santa got 50 and I only got 20 because they know I'm a gentleman. There wasn't going to be trouble.
Well,
I'm trying to make light of it to let them know it doesn't get me down. You know, I got a 2-hour break. I got a break.
To test or resolve, it only makes you more determined.
Oh, I'm determined, brother.
I'm determined.
I'm determined and we're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to have thousands of Patriots come down this weekend. You have to come down this weekend, Patriots. You have to come down this
Lesson of
weekend.
life. If
This
you
is it.
never quit, you never lose. You keep trying and you learn from your mistakes. Eventually, you got to get right.
Exactly.
And we're here to get it right.
Exactly. Awesome.
God bless
Awesome.
you
Thank
guys.
you. Thanks, Hal. Hope you have a great day.
I have a wonderful day over the next week.
Patriots are everywhere. More Patriots are coming. I'm wearing shorts right now and river sandals, so I'm nice and cool and happy, but I look like a hippie. I'm glad these people are still talking to me. Good morning, Miss Kentucky.
Little horse this morning, X-Ray.
Little horse this morning. Now, who were you yelling at last night, or were you just hollering in there?
It's just the excitement of trying to fight for our freedom, you know.
Yes, ma'am. Did you sleep okay? Were you able to get a little bit shut-eye out here?
Yeah, I was able to get some sleep. Guys were taking care of security last night.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
It didn't bother me that whatsoever.
It was quiet last night. We didn't see anybody. I worked till 2:30. I didn't see anybody.
Yeah, I expected to see somebody.
I thought they'd come out.
But good to go.
I thought they'd come out. And it's only been women who come out to mess with us. I'm just going to stay away from now on and just go do my thing and let security handle it. You know, I wonder, and then if there's a risk to life, limb, or eyesight or something, I'll come out and help.
Like, we just let them do their thing.
Yeah.
Fight for their freedom so they can think the way they think too, you know.
God, some of the things they were saying about God and saying God wasn't real, saying that we were rapists and saying, you know, all these terrible things, that's libel. That's illegal. That's a civil lawsuit. And then we talk about the police, none of them have ID. Imagine that.
That's freedom of speech there, buddy. We got to hear their own opinion.
Golly. You say something about somebody that's not true on camera, though, and that's libel. Goodness gracious, who knows what'll happen?
You know, whenever the government stepped in 25, 30 years ago and trying to tell you how to raise your kids, you know, you can't discipline them anymore.
Right.
That's the outcome.
And are you a mom?
I am of 3.
Of 3, cool. Congrats.
Thank
You want to say hey to your kids in case they see this?
And, well, Emily, how you guys doing today?
And
I'm
well,
still fighting for your freedoms, babies.
what are your kids doing? Are they adults or are they
Yeah.
still young children? Or
My youngest is 26.
okay,
So they're out taking care of themselves, living life.
Good.
Doing great. But they have discipline. They don't know not to treat people like that.
what do they think about what you and I and we are doing here?
Well, I'm standing here for them too because they can't make it.
That's right.
You know, I come, I can talk to my family. I have a big village at home taking care of things so
Awesome.
I can be here.
It takes a village,
It does.
and I think we kind of have a little village right here.
Here
You
we
know?
are. Here we
Yeah.
are.
You know, it's not a bad area to be hanging out in when you really think about it.
That asphalt, we were just hanging out.
Better than that asphalt, which traps that heat, right?
Oh yeah.
And so look, guys, I mean, this is the National Mall. It's beautiful. And we have, benches and there are birds and squirrels and, corrupt politicians, everything you would want or need. Good morning.
Thank you, X-Ray. I appreciate you.
No, you're good. You can hang out with us if you want, but
I'm gonna go see what food there is.
cool. Bacon and eggs.
All right.
We just have to learn to ignore the things that bother us.
The filthy trolls.
It's terrible.
What does it say on your window?
She's just a troll.
10-4.
Yeah.
10-4.
You just gotta ignore them. You gotta let them do their thing, yak, and ignore them, and eventually, you'll go away.
Yes, ma'am.
Or they'll bring more friends and try to make more noise, but we'll still ignore them. They'll go away.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. What?
My bubble, your bubble,
Now our bubbles are coming in. Yeah.
Like I said, you gotta teach them discipline, and they can't respect themselves. You can't expect them to respect others.
That's right. Yes, ma'am.
Whenever you can't discipline your children and teach them respect, that's the outcome.
Yeah, 10-4.
Wholeheartedly.
What would you tell folks at home, Miss Kentucky, about, maybe trying to cross through that front door membrane, that front door barrier that's kind of holding them in? And I know people have disabilities and some folks have young kids and some folks are on oxygen or older.
We're here for them.
And we're here for them. Yes, ma'am.
People that are able to get up and get moving, take a couple weeks vacation, come out here, give these people a break. We need numbers on the ground.
That's right.
And these people have been out here so long. They need to get a break.
Yes, ma'am.
So we need more people out here on the ground, wheels turning, so we can get this done as soon as possible.
That's it. If we can get more Patriots down here.
They got to realize they got way too much power, so that power back to the states where it belongs.
It is where it belongs. Yes, ma'am. That's how it was set up and established. Constitution of states. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Read your preamble, guys. Read your preamble in your Constitution.
That's it.
That's it. You gotta be able to take care of your own. I understand some people aren't able to make it, but those of you that are, get your butts out here.
They say, what if we have no car? Seriously. Well, then you take a train or a bus or a plane or you rent something or
Talk to your friends.
talk to your church. See if your church will donate an RV or a school bus and come down with a bunch of people.
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay.
These viewers are asking me who all is coming because you said it last night. They're wanting to know.
I'm just in the middle of an interview. I'd be
Well,
happy
that's
to talk
okay.
to
You
you.
guys go ahead.
Lots of truckers are coming, guys.
That's way more important than what I'm doing.
No.
Yeah, I don't mean to disrespect you. I'm sorry about that.
No respect.
And thanks for talking to me. Yeah.
We love you guys.
Yeah. Several convoys for people who own trucking companies. Several individual big truck drivers are coming, and they're bringing their friends and anybody who will listen along the way.
They were wanting to know if there was backups coming, and I said yes, there are.
Absolutely, without question, we have Americans coming here to rally to our band and to our cause. Without question,
Yeah, like I said,
we need
X-Ray, he could rally up dead people out of the grave and come and fight a battle.
Man, Lazarus, you know what we need to do is we need to Lazarus our freedom.
There you go.
We need to breathe a little life into our freedom.
Yeah.
We need to bring it on out of the cave.
Exactly.
Man, we've just watched a constant and steady erosion of our freedoms over time.
People, I think the problem is people are not, they're too comfortable. Once they get uncomfortable, I mean, what does it take to get uncomfortable before you stand up and want to fight for your country?
That's it. When we see a lot of people here who are running or biking,
Yeah,
or
they're not
walking with their
uncomfortable.
wives and husbands, they're going to a nice carpeted
Yeah.
house or apartment or condo, maybe high ceilings with air
Right.
conditioning and a fan, and windows
Yeah.
that open.
And a shower.
I'm saying they might even have a living room and a bedroom. They might
Right.
even have a library or a study. It's comfortable. They have toilet paper for 40 years because their wives freaked out 2 years ago. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Hey,
You're all right. But for toilet paper, remember
Yeah.
when there was
was
that
funny.
bad rush for toilet paper? Yeah. But on a serious note, that there is a high level of comfort with a lot of the population because of the stratification of wealth in the United States.
Exactly.
Right there's a. If you look at what it
Yep.
looks like,
From
right,
the middle
the
class to the
percentage.
upper class is
Look at the
huge.
percentage of the population that holds the majority of the wealth in the country, and they make you sick to your stomach.
Well, and the middle class is shrinking.
That's it.
They're not expanding so much of the middle class because for the past 2 years, the middle class with the inflation,
That's right.
their income is shrinking to where it's borderline poverty.
And at the same time, while their income is shrinking, right, the cost of living is going up. So the cost of eggs up, cost of milk up, cost of gas up. You have inflation on all dry goods up. You have a food shortage. You have a diesel shortage. You have all fuel prices. Cost of healthcare is up. Cost of used vehicles is up, right?
So,
Tell me it's not true. Look at the data.
So you heard it from the man himself. We do have reinforcements coming.
And you know what? You're one of them.
Yeah.
If you're watching this at home and you're just sitting there, you're one of the reinforcements. And I need you to get here with your church or your youth group or your family friends or have your family reunion out here on the mall. You need to get people out here. And if you don't do it, why would somebody else, right? You need to be the one, respectfully. You need to be the ones who stand up for freedom.
Exactly.
You need to be the ones who stand up for freedom, visionaries, as you have consistently done. And I honor and respect and thank you. Everybody at home for everything that y'all have done. It is recognized. It is appreciated.
Well,
But we need you.
If you think about it, if one person brings 3, 3 brings 9, 9 brings 20.
Exponential growth.
It's like a pyramid where it just grows and grows and grows.
Exponential growth. Yes, sir.
And that's what we need.
That's right.
We don't need you to bring 50, because that's an unrealistic goal.
Yeah, I'll take
Bring
it.
2. Well, yeah, but I mean,
One or two
realistically,
buddies.
if one
And
can
then
bring
ask
2,
them, who do they know?
yeah.
Who's that patriot
So-
you know?
So yeah, get up off your butts, pack up your cars.
Joe, Randy, I need you here. I need you here this weekend.
The
I need you
police
all
have been,
here this weekend,
for the
guys.
most part, the policemen have been very respectable. They haven't, other than the first day and what happened yesterday, they haven't been too. The park police have been really good. I think the park police.
All but one. Oh, but when I went up to a sergeant to report something with the camera, he walked away from me. And then I told him again and reported it, and he said, I'm on lunch. And I said, you've got 1,200 people watching you ignore me when I'm asking you for help. And then he just kind of looked at me, and he was the one who only looked at a video that was cropped,
Right,
didn't
and
do
that's
some more
wrong.
research.
That's wrong. You
So I
don't
do have a problem with that sergeant.
Yes.
The other officers have been wonderful.
Like
I
the
agree.
ones that are
Parks
here at
police.
night. Like,
Wonderful.
We were sitting here late last
Call a
night,
spade a
and
spade.
They were all.
Right.
We had 2.
That sergeant's a punk.
wound
And
up
his
waiting
people,
for us.
especially
Thank
that
you, sir,
beautiful,
for
intelligent young
clarifying.
lady. I love her.
For them, what we got coming.
Yeah,
Because
we've
I
got
heard
big
it, but I
semi
couldn't
trucks
hear
and we've got cars and we've got campers. If you got a camper trailer, bring it.
Yeah.
Bring a camper trailer. That way you have a nice restroom, you have a nice place to sleep. Plan to be here for a few days. I left something on your windshield, brother, that a lady gave me on the way out here for you. And this is me confirming, Christine. I put it on Oreo's windshield, or Christy, excuse me. So we should all be good to go.
It's not a ticket.
Yeah, right. It's the good kind of ticket. So duties performed. Yeah. It's an
It's
IOU. Yeah.
That's
So,
awesome.
and, okay, cool.
Right on.
I should have opened it. I should have brought it to him. Right?
That's
To
awesome.
be straight, yeah.
American people, guys. The
That's right.
American people.
Incredible people, and she had some
You guys
envelopes
are going through it. That's
for
why.
Santa, and she also gave a big donation for the 1776 Restoration Movement. We're gonna go give it to Santa right now, okay? So you hear that? The Patriots want to know: are you coming? She gave you that too. That peace bracelet comes from the same lady. Yes, ma'am. It comes from the same lady.
I'm passing them out.
Good.
I'm
Good, good.
saying someone in your people.
Christy, yeah,
Yes,
Christy the
yes,
visionary.
She made these. They're
Gosh, look,
beautiful.
yeah.
Those are so beautiful.
Do you want to show them one of them? And you have a live stream too, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell them what your live stream is, just so they. Do you want to introduce yourself and
Yeah,
tell them?
I'm Jody. My live stream is J space LYNN 50 on YouTube.
And how long have you been working with the 1776 Restoration Movement, and how do you help most? Thanks. This is beautiful.
I have been watching since beginning of March.
Yeah.
Maybe the end of February. And Matt and I stood on a bridge as they came through from Michigan.
Yeah.
And after that, we just kept watching. And the end of May, we came to Bunker Hill for a week.
Mhm.
And then after that, I wanted to come back. I was crying. I did not want to leave.
Right.
And his vacation started June 25th, and we've been here since then.
Since June 25th. Awesome. And how long will you stay?
He's got 2 weeks off, so we actually have to leave tomorrow.
So you're doing what you can. You made
Right.
arrangements at work. You made
Exactly.
arrangements at home. You loaded up. You came out and you got in the game.
Exactly.
Well, why? Why did you leave your house? Why did you break through the
Because-
permeable membrane of the front door?
Because my grandbabies are the generation that's going to hurt if this isn't stopped, if we don't get it back to.
Well, you're not old enough to be a grandma. We only talk. We only do truth on this channel.
I am.
All right, no nonsense.
I have 3 grandbabies.
All right, so a mom and a grandmom, and you're here for
Right.
them and their
Yes,
future.
exactly. There's too much going on, and I can't just sit on the couch
Tam,
and not do anything. And these people need to get here.
that's right.
I mean, we need a lot of people here to get them to realize that Americans are not going to put up with it anymore.
That's right.
There's high gas prices, high food prices. You know, the economy sucks. My husband is in the RV business, and I will tell you right now, the Obama and Biden administration destroyed that then, and it's happening again. The RVs are sitting in lots, not being shipped.
Yeah.
Nobody can afford to buy an RV, let alone
Sure.
pay the gas to pull an RV.
The people who want an RV can't afford it. The
Right.
people who
Right.
have the money for it are going to the Ritz-Carlton.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
because they don't want to have to go to the bathroom in the woods.
There's
Yeah.
a risk that my husband's going to have when Obama and Biden were the administration. We had he went down to 4 days a month. 4 days a month he was working. Oh, and by the way, this is this. Remember, I told you last night about what they were calling me in there.
No.
The trans streamer.
Oh yeah, this is the. I guess yeah. I don't know. I don't always read all the
I
chats,
know.
so
And I'm
sometimes
not a
there's stuff
I'm
going
not a
on that I don't know
trans
about.
Woman. I'm 100% female. I'm not a man dressing as a woman. So just to let y'all know that.
You don't look like a man at
Thank
all.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
you don't
you.
look like a
I
man at all.
appreciate that.
Yeah, not at all.
But yeah, we are here for our grandbabies, for their generation. And
What is it that you'd like to see? What actionable item would you like to see changed, or what is it that you think we can accomplish here in terms of a policy change?
there's a lot of things.
Or
that-
is it just awareness, or what can we win?
I think it's all. I think it's all of it. We need to be more aware. Our state, we're from Indiana. Our state is involved with so much more, and I believe it starts with each state.
Thanks, sir.
Each state needs to get
Sure.
together and look at their elected officials and make sure they're working for them,
Good.
not for themselves.
It's 10-4.
So
Perpetuating a
our
state
our
of
Indiana
comfort.
group is big. We have a lot of Indiana people here, so I believe it starts with the states.
That's a big 10-4. There are a lot of Patriots from Indiana. I'll
Yeah.
say that loud and clear.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Yes.
Nice to
you're
talk to
welcome.
you.
I'm gonna pass these out.
Awesome. Those are the
And
bracelets.
thank you again. What was her name again?
Christy.
Christy. Thank you. These are beautiful. I love them.
Thank you, Christy. Yeah. All right. Beautiful flags, right, guys? I'm going to get dressed here in a minute. We're going to have a meeting. I'm going to put some real shoes on so I don't get called a hippie. You know what I mean? I got my Raf God outfit on today. And look at all the Patriots, guys. And look at this ghost of smoke right here. So we're around here, right? We're around here and we're working for freedom and we're trying to get it done. And, you know, we've got the streams going and breakfast is getting cooked over here. The ladies are making breakfast. We have bacon and eggs that have been cooked all day today. Yeah, Brian, they say I love Brian. He just gave a big old smile and then he stuck his tongue out in the smile. Hold on. They said, I love Brian. And he went like that, which meant he liked it.
Everybody loves me till I piss them off. And when I do that, I really don't care anyway.
Wow.
I'll tell you why. My life is peaceful and happy before anybody comes into it. Guess what? When they leave, it's still peaceful and happy. I ain't lost a damn thing.
That's right.
So if people can't add to my life, there's the door. Get to stepping.
Look right here.
Yeah. 10-4, Plumber B does have a chair in his hand. They're like, get Plumber B a chair to sit down. He's got a boot on his leg. What happened? You want to tell the people something?
No.
It sounds like a very inappropriate joke that I
We're
missed.
talking about things we said when we were being recorded and didn't realize we said it.
Oh my God, Farfig Newton. Sorry, guys.
First day in the park.
What was it?
Sitting out there on the bench.
Yeah, let's zoom in on him. Guys, look.
He's out there with Joe.
There's been a reindeer spotting, guys. We've seen reindeer in the park. Do you guys see who I'm looking at out here? Who's on that park bench? Can you see? That's right. You know who it is. That's Santa. He came in here yesterday.
No, last
Now,
night.
what flavor is this thing?
That was last night he got here. Oh, this is frozen fruit monster.
Frozen fruit monster. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Morning, you guys. How are y'all? How many's listening to you?
1023 are talking to you right now.
Nice.
You know, just check it out. Yeah, check it out. The Patriots, they're up early, you know, and
I'm gonna trade
I'm
tripods
Steve.
with you.
okay.
I don't mind saying my name. I'm Steve Corson.
Steve,
Should have no fear of the government.
good
I
job.
tell people back where I live, I don't tell them, I say to them,
No, the government
back where I
should fear
live,
the
we
people.
have, and that's one of the mottos of our movement here right now in the People's Convoy and any convoy, is to have no fear over our government. They work for us.
They say good
truly
morning.
do.
Good morning, Steve, they're saying.
I love you guys. They work for us, and we just got to keep knowing that the more numbers that come out, the fear, if there's fear or insecurity or and such like that, it should be towards them. They're the ones who should be a little bit of fearful and insecure because they're doing a terrible job, as most of us know, just a horrible job.
Well, I think they are, and that might be why we've seen some of these heavy-handed tactics and some of the little things to try to push us off the block. You know, all the parking stuff the other day, moving the toilets. You know, the heavy police presence.
But
You know,
but also
false arrests.
they have been courteous within that. They're doing their script.
Some
so
have
to
been
speak.
great, and I think. Do you
Yeah.
think that a lot of them are being directed to do something? And why do you-
Right. They're directed by higher ups. I kind of deal with this in my town and the state and 2 states, Utah
Yes, sir.
and Arizona and such. And they're responding to their higher ups. It's just like the meter folks yesterday, a crew of 5. They told us, me clearly and others, that they're being directed to do this, get more intense about the parking situation. It seems it's increasing because they heard it from the higher ups. They were ordered to. These type of workers out here, if they're given an order and they don't follow them, they lose their jobs immediately. You know, their security, their cops. Tough place right
We
there.
move away from these cars.
But no doubt, it's the main problem for me is just so we're clear before I go, it's the justice system in this country. It's so corrupt, it's unbelievable.
Can we just talk over here, Sir
I'm
Raptor? Because
sorry.
I didn't even think about it. You know.
No, you're right.
Let's go talk. I want to talk to you more, Steve. But let's just let him sleep a little bit. If
I
we're
actually
talking
stood
over
in
here.
front of the Department of Justice, DOJ, about a month ago, and I was railing on Merrick Garland.
Let me get some space so I'm not right in your
I
face.
was
Yeah.
railing on Merrick Garland from across the street of the Department of Justice, right down the road here.
Wow.
And I got a video on it, and that's part of my mission here is to talk to the Fed governments because they're the one who are making all these sick decisions all the way down to the simple man on the street, you know,
That's right.
and the simple person working on the street. It's become a burden for the so-called poor folk in our country all the way up, and all of us need to get involved.
That's right.
All of us need to get involved,
That's right.
one way or another. And if you like fun, action, a little edge, come on out here and stay a night or two. There's millions,
Really well
as
said.
X-Ray knows it, there are millions, tens of millions of people within 200 or 300 miles of us, within 100 miles of us. We're on the East Coast. I live in Arizona, Utah. We don't have near this type of population. Just around us, within 100 to 200 miles, there are millions of conservative people that could be here.
Philadelphia to North Carolina.
Yeah, and
Get up
thousands could come out of those numbers. We just need to keep going on. Santa asked us last night in the meeting what we thought about what we should do. My first comment was we maintain this, whatever you want to call it. I don't
Ground.
know.
We hold this ground.
We hold this ground. We hold this ground, and we stay here as long as we can. I can stay here pretty long.
That's right.
Pretty long.
That's right. I'm a heck of an urban car camper now. I'll learn some lessons.
Right. And as X-Ray said, a lot of people, I hear him saying it all the time, and it's true. Well, you're welcome here. It's not so dangerous. Come here for the experience of just one night or two.
That's it.
You'll probably get hooked, and a lot of you will stay a week or two if they're here that long, or a month or two. We don't know. Just real quick, down at the White House down the road from here on the right, behind the White House is a Black Lives Matter now run Operation Tent. That tent has literally been there 24/7 for 48 years.
What?
right behind the White House. Go film there. I will stand there.
48 years?
48 years since 1970s, 80s.
Wow.
Yes, 24/7. Now Black Lives Matter runs that tent, and you can see the tent from the back porch of the White House, and it's manned. And,
No, I went this morning. Thank you. Don't forget to wash your hands and clean up shop.
and that tent is manned by somebody 24/7, and once again, Black Lives Matter runs it. A lot of people don't know about that. But just so everybody knows, right from here, within a couple hundred yards, as you said yesterday, is David's tent.
Very pretty outfit today. You're going to have an awesome day, ma'am. It's a very pretty outfit.
Is David's
Thank you,
tent,
man.
and that's
We
where
will.
the Christian type folk go and they listen to praise music, and that's going on 24/7. And as X-Ray knows, it's just right up the road here. I haven't been to where they're set up now, but they've been here for about 3 or 4 years.
We got her interested. I complimented her outfit. She said, "You guys have a safe
God
one."
bless you.
Thank you so much. Tell somebody about it, ma'am. Big party this weekend. And she stopped and she took a picture. So, just being polite to somebody, instead of ignoring
That's
us.
what we've
So
been
you guys stay
really,
safe.
This
Have a
group
good
has
one.
been really pleasant to the tourists that are walking by and such, and to the police, but to the tourists, we've been really above board. I've watched these type of protests.
Yeah.
Not this particular time. Well, sort of
So
this
have you
too,
done
maybe.
protests before? Have you
Oh,
come
yeah,
out?
yeah,
You
yeah.
mentioned the Department of Justice.
Yeah.
What else have you come out to be vocal about? And why
Well-
do you leave your house to get engaged instead of just sitting home watching?
Right. I've been out here for 4.5 months, I heard now, since I left on the 24th in Arizona, Utah, joining the People's Convoy. And I came here, long story short, they went back to California in that month, 6 weeks before they came back. I came down to DC for 1 solid month, 12 times.
Wow.
So I did go in front of a lot of the offices. One of the other ones, because the brother asked me, is the FBI. I've been dealing with them really for about 30 years. More recently, because I was on the backside of January 6th, backside of the Capitol, on this side, right on this side over here, up on a scaffolding, one of the highest, and blowing my shofar as I blow here. And they accused me of calling the truth, man, with my shofar.
Oh,
So anyway, I've been involved in that type.
With the FBI.
6th was number one. Yeah. They've been in contact with my family, not me personally, but I had to clear my house and all my guns.
oh my God.
Yeah. I was very concerned about it. The liberals in my town hate me with a huge passion, because I go out with pro-life signs, I go out with freedom signs, I go out with American signs, and I stand on the road at least once a week, a lot of times 2 or 3, because people keep asking me to come show up. And before I left, I was going to 8 different towns, and I was the motivation to get them on the streets. I would have from 1 person up to 20.
Well, how do you do it? Tell the people at home.
I
Hold
take-
on. Give us a playbook, Steve.
There,
Give us a playbook so the people at home can do your exact playbook.
get out on
And
the
they could
street,
all get a
and
few
you
people
just
here.
stand with a flag, a nice sized American flag on your street. If you believe in Jesus, maybe have a Bible in your hand. But anyway, stand with a flag, just that. You will get a response. I now have, right before I got on the left, because I've been gone for 4.5 months, but I now give out constitutions and Bibles. I have them both in my car. I have the constitutions in my hand. I actually have one of my main signs when I put out signs every time is free Bibles and constitutions. They see it clearly. It's one of my front signs against my car as they come around my major intersections.
So you give out Bibles and Constitutions
Yes.
to people for free to
Yes.
try to wake them up and give them some good
Yes.
awareness.
Yes, and many
Oh,
will stop. 1 an hour on an average will stop and ask me for a constitution. So it's a great way to give them. So anyway, that's one way to do it. Just offer the flag that you're a patriot, and maybe have a sign, free constitution. That will pull people over to you and invite conversation. In my region, I do mostly conversation. I don't confront there, but when I go to a lot of different functions, I confront a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I was very active during the COVID. We were some of the most active groups in the whole area of Utah and Arizona, which Utah surprisingly is very flat on getting active. The Mormons don't get active except about their church.
I see.
And it's a kind of a struggle in that way because I have a lot of Mormon associates and friends. But anyway, we keep it going on the COVID thing. Prior to that, I worked for Jesus for about 10 years. I was on the streets. Las Vegas, I walked across from my home in Utah in 2010 and 11. My wife and I then walked across from Utah, our house in Utah, all the way to the White House
Oh, wow.
during Obama's administration.
You walked it.
We walked it all the way, baby.
Well,
All
how
the
did
way.
you
That's
even
really
do that?
where I got hooked on activism.
You Forrest Gumped the United
Yeah.
States for freedom?
I did have our 1978, our 18-foot RV that was the support vehicle, but my wife and I walked it all the
Wow.
way. Go Lois. Last woman to ever be able to walk alone. She'd walk alone for hours.
I can't wait to hear about
Yeah.
that. I would love to talk to you about that
it's a
story
great
sometime.
So
We could
that's
do a
where I
whole
got
show.
hooked on activism. I said, man, this means something. 'Cause I had a giant cross that said some words on it, and everybody would be able to read it. Anyway,
Awesome.
where we're at right now,
Somebody says they send their state representative a message like every 2 weeks, and he says FJB.
so we're out here doing it. There's 20 folks. I wanted to say one more thing. You just come by here for the day, but I know there's thousands, hundreds right now listening within, let's say, a one-day drive. Because one day is nothing, 6, 7, 8 hours
right.
on a Saturday, Sunday. Come out here on Saturday and Sunday.
And come out early in the morning. Get here before 6 a.m., before 5 a.m. Get a parking spot right on the mall.
That's true.
Park
Yeah.
right on the mall. Don't let anybody get here before you.
Yeah.
Park right on the mall.
Saturday because there's a big event tomorrow. The abortion lovers will be marching right down this, probably right by us.
Right by us. It's going to be
And there
freedom
will be
lovers.
thousands.
And it's called the women's, the Rage, 20,000 Women
Won't be.
Rage March.
It will not be pretty.
Summer of Rage.
I was involved in the Planned Parenthood march when they came to the Supreme Court. Seriously, there was 100 pro-lifers and tens of thousands of Planned Parenthood abortion lovers against us for hours.
10-4.
Very, very intense.
10-4.
I was pushed and hit and slapped more times than ever.
I'm going to stay away from all that. I've insulated myself
Oh,
now.
I know,
I'm not
it's
going
radical.
anywhere near it. That'll be
Oh, they will
security.
get right in your face. You won't have to worry about doing that. Was lightweight compared to that day.
I thought I could dance them away. I tried to give her the love.
Dude, I loved
I was trying to dance. I tried to give her,
I loved it.
I was always.
By the way, I got against that, not the black girl, the other girl.
Yeah.
I got against her many hours at Supreme Court. I'd be the first to show up at 9 in the morning.
Oh, you know her.
And I was trying.
Those
I told her-
protesters from yesterday,
Yeah,
you know
I
them, huh?
Intimately, I'm telling you.
No,
I was here
intimately.
12 times. I was here 6 days straight after the abortion league. Monday through Saturday, 6 days straight. I came down here every morning at 10 a.m.
Wow.
Took a subway from my place in Rockville,
In Maryland, yeah.
in Maryland, only 25 minutes away.
Just north of here, right?
Yeah.
Near
I was
Bethesda.
so blessed by some Christian Chinese Americans that actually gave me for free their bottom basement apartment.
Wow.
Everything in there. Oh, it's just so
No
amazing.
way.
Yeah, I have it still. I could go roll down there right now. It's an hour and 10 minutes away.
Wow.
That's not even that long. It's 40 minutes away.
It's incredible what the Patriots have done here.
Oh, man. She comes every day and does the live streaming. You need to meet her. She's a sweetheart.
I'll
She'll
look
be here
forward
at
to it.
12.
Okay, I've seen somebody. Maybe that's who she is then.
Yeah.
When the
Sweetheart.
first day we got here, I saw her.
Right.
Okay, I saw an Asian lady with a camera who I never met.
Sir. Rebecca. Sweetheart.
Cool.
Lover of what we're doing.
Well, I hope you can introduce me. I'll just say
I
hello
will.
to her next time.
And she'd like to video you. I want her to get to know your channel because you're here on the front lines with us, like
Yes,
a
sir.
few others. But this man is so passionate and dedicated. He inspires me. And if one or two of the leaders are somehow removed, he's up there on the list for me to be the front of the spear. Anyway. This is the We the People movement, though. Don't mistake it. This is all about we the people.
That's
We're all
right.
from
Everybody.
little bit different groups and persuasions, different states, but we're all Americans and in different groups, but we're all Americans and we're here in unity as much as possible.
That's it.
As much as possible. Love you, man. Love you.
Steve, man, that was great. Thank you so much for
Okay.
talking to us.
Anytime.
I'd really like to talk to you about your hike across the country sometime. A whole separate
Crosswalk.
just
baby.
conversation. We'll go sit in the grass,
Anytime with
We'll
us.
be here for a while.
I'll tell you my cross testimony, and that will be powerful for you because it's a vision I saw when I was in my early 30s of Jesus Christ on the cross. It was so. I tell it a lot, so I'll share that one with you too.
I would like that.
That's one of the reasons why I can walk with a cross because I had a vision of Jesus on the cross.
Tell you what, God came down and he grabbed me by the shoulders yesterday and he went, and
say
just
it.
shook the hell out of me.
Yeah, baby.
Literally shook
Yeah,
the hell.
that's it.
And the devil out.
Amen.
And I had goosebumps for an hour. You know, I'm sitting there for
Holy
an
Spirit,
hour.
baby.
I never felt anything like it.
Holy
and the
Spirit,
people in the
baby.
chat go, "That's a Holy Spirit rush," or whatever. And I was like, I've never,
been getting hit a lot with that lately.
since I was a child, I hadn't felt anything like that.
That's Holy
just-
Spirit. It's like electricity tingling through.
Hey, look, the buses are honking for us. Yeah, 10-4. Look, the buses are cheering us on. It's all the workers. It's all the employees. They know we're standing up to the tyranny that they face here too.
It's like little tingling electricity.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's the
That's
energy
the
of the
Holy
universe
Spirit.
coming
It
in. That's
heals
Holy
you.
Spirit.
It cleanses you. It restores you, and it heals you.
That's God. That's
Yeah,
energy.
it's God.
Energy
Perfect
cannot
God,
be destroyed.
Perfect light. Nothing foul in it whatsoever.
Yesterday, those women and the men that were praying for me. I asked. They said they would pray for people. They could do communion and they did music 24/7.
Yeah.
And they came around. I said, "Would you pray with me?" And I asked to pray for Santa
Yeah.
to get him out of jail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I asked him to protect me. And the woman kept, "Is it okay if I touch your chest?" The woman kept saying, "Heart of David, heart of Daniel, heart of David, heart of Daniel. Get in the heart of David, get in the heart of Daniel." And then right back here, we've got David here. That was David's
You're
chapel.
Daniel spirit.
And then I got thrown in the lion's den
Testament.
for a little bit, but I come out.
You're Daniel spirit. You got that spirit.
She kept saying
He
it.
was a strong dude. He was the one that dealt with some heavy stuff. Old Testament.
That's right.
And David is Old Testament also.
There was a
David
little bit of a sloppy move with like a new wife, right? And getting rid of a husband. Was that David?
Well, that was David.
Okay. Oh, that was
Daniel
David,
was-
not Daniel.
I got to tell you, Daniel was pretty much a pure prophet all the way through. He was not a king. He was a
Yeah.
prophet.
Okay.
Where David was a king.
Okay.
He was
Thank you.
king of Israel. Daniel was one of the many prophets of the old days. And
Okay.
He was an incredible prophet. He also spoke much deep writings on the last days.
Somebody else said
So
that
much in the Old Testament.
we have a true David over here,
Mm.
and they said that I was like Paul now, or Saul, right? However you look at it.
Paul is New Testament.
Yeah, of
The
course.
first great evangelist.
Of course.
And you are similar to that spirit.
I walked the earth all right.
But Old
Get the
Testament,
word
you're
out.
Daniel, and then you're Paul. You got that going on.
Okay.
Love you, man.
Man, you got to
Have
tell
a-
me more.
Have a great day.
Yeah,
We'll
you
share
too, Steve.
anytime.
Thanks, man. Incredible Patriots. And, you know, folks are eating breakfast here and everything and cooking breakfast and they're taking care of each other. And we've got our flags up. Hey, Golden Chariot. I'm sorry, man. I know you're eating. And I'm just like, hey, look at this, really sorry, man. Golden Chariot's an incredible Patriot. I do want to shout him out for waving that flag, for always having good energy, for trying to get the message out, and for
What happened? I was hitting a flag.
for going the extra mile.
While all that was happening, people were just looking, and I'm just going around handing out flyers. Read the truth about us before they lie about us.
And you always say, there are two words that you always say. If you have a catchphrase, like if I say, let my truckers roll, you've got a catchphrase too. God bless. He says, God bless. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah.
Keep those words out of my mouth.
I think that's a good thing. Do you guys want some cantaloupe or what? I want some cantaloupe. Good morning, Mr. Spider. He says, I'm having coffee. Get away from me. I worked all night. I was with you, you son of a bitch. Don't you remember? We worked until 2:30, and then you went to bed, X-ray at 2:30 when Raptor woke up, and I worked until 6, churning my own butter, walking uphill on patrol. This guy's awesome, guys. We'll talk to Spider later. I really respect him. I got a lot of really good advice from Spider that I thought about until about 3:30 in the morning last night, and then it will absolutely be implemented in front of mine. Thank you.
Wasn't supposed to manifest until you woke up.
Well,
Started growing early, huh?
I'm thinking. I'm still thinking. Thank you very much. And the way that you communicated was impactful and easy to absorb and was polite and respectful, and I appreciate you very much.
I gotta wipe my head out a little bit. I'm gonna get my head big.
Well,
Won't happen.
I almost made an inappropriate comment about that, getting your head big. 10-4 on. That's right. 10-4. Thanks.
Relaying the message through me.
This is Spider, guys. He's awesome.
Conduit.
All right. I'm sorry to interrupt your conversation and your meal. I'll come back. All right, cantaloupe time, everybody. I wasn't lying. These incredible Patriots have been setting everybody up with breakfast. Good morning. Thank you so much for helping everybody and for going out of your way to cook. And hey, I'm good at dishes. Can I help with dishes?
You can help with dishes if you
Yeah, I'm good at dishes. Let me help with dishes.
Okay.
Come on, tell me what to do.
We're just putting a little
Only
water
two.
in the pan and then take your water, take the towel, and a little dab
Yeah. I'm just watching right here.
Very true. Very true.
Whoa! X-ray, your screen wasn't like this the other day.
What?
Oh,
Broken?
yeah.
Yes, sir, it was, unfortunately.
I don't remember seeing all these cracks.
But don't worry, that's definitely got a bunch of tracking software on it that some people here put on. Once they took my phone, I bet they went through it and put all kinds of tracking software on there. So I'm going to throw that phone in the river and I'm going to be replacing it before tomorrow.
What kind of service do you use?
It's the AT&T burner service on that phone.
Okay, yeah, that's what I got on my main phone, but I got a straight talk phone also.
Okay.
So, if you would have had a straight talk phone, I had you.
Oh, it's in Roger.
And it has a case on it.
I got here this morning with a pot, and it cooked it, scrambled it.
I know.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
I was
That's
like,
even at
I
camp.
had a whole thing. I put them at the dump.
There
I
you
went to the
go.
dump, and there was this whole tub, and I struck them and struck them this week. It
See?
was like a whole tub of nice pots, too. I was so happy. I'm a dump. Just say, I like dump leftovers.
Yeah, it was.
That's where I get car parts.
Works, it works.
I
Thank
know,
you.
washing bin over here, and then we could have a rinsing one. Yeah.
That's true.
Oh my God.
Metallic feathers. Yes, looking at the bird with metallic feathers.
Oh my. Look at him. Oh. Did you? Yeah.
Good. Up to like 8:30. Maybe something like an hour.
It's not that we should have boiling water and everything here, but this is something,
That's a very good dice back with the different colors. Yeah, I thought I had that.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. You can't put up, you know how to do a appropriate field hygiene. Yeah.
Day one.
Gotta keep that clean.
Also on the bench down
The gritty stuff.
It's sort of like the rectangle.
Two birds land on the tray and start pecking at our sandwiches. And I'm the only one to get up and run over them. More on a fingernail, more local.
Oh, okay. I will tell you, yeah. I think we're doing barbecue pork chops.
Oh, barbecue pork chops?
In case I'm not right now.
It looks like somebody flopped over.
Think he passed out on you?
Well, you never know.
Looked like a little weird there for a minute.
That's the NATO ground to air signal for I need immediate medical
Oh,
attention.
did they? Oh, I didn't know he
To fly back if you're signaling to a helicopter or a plane. What Brian's doing says I need immediate medical attention.
Oh.
Because it looks like somebody just laying down hurt. If you go like this, it means everything's cool, keep going, because it looks like you're waiting.
Okay. Yeah.
Ryan,
It has to be something everybody else doesn't know.
that's right. I mean, there are a lot of those. There's some really cool things. You can say that way. right, guys, so Antifa came by this morning. They threw 2 dozen eggs at us, but we had our catcher's mitts ready. We had taped foam on the inside of catcher's mitts, and the ladies just caught all the eggs, threw them right in the frying pan, and we cooked them up.
Oh, I see.
That's not true. That's a lie.
Yeah.
That's a story.
I was catching it a little late.
Yes.
Turn up lights somewhere that I get a bad eye.
So when did you find it? Oh, there might be some left in that drawer.
This one right here?
Well, I don't want to take it if there's not a lot.
Well, we're gonna get ice, because I'm running this morning, we'll get ice. Oh, yeah, you know what?
You want to put this in something
I think-
else?
I've
No,
got
not
hot,
yet.
I've got hot
Something that.
What's wrong with you? That's not what you do
Okay,
next.
Trigger. That's my.
Oh, is this one yours?
That's mine. I don't know where else to get it. That's the ice I brought this morning. I've already used it.
Some will help sanitize on the soup.
I brought 6 packs of ice here. That little ice
Good.
that's back.
Yeah, just don't dump it.
So now that I know what we need.
You're only an hour away. Okay, cool.
You said you were eating those cheese that I left sitting out, and they were still sitting out. I never put them away.
Well, I think they're all.
You're Jennifer's boss here.
Well, there was
Guys,
2 I had.
Jennifer lives an hour away. She's in Hagerstown. All the way here to help us. All the way here to help us. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you for coming. We need as many people as possible around here. How can we get more people? Yes, ma'am. That's a big deal. Awesome. Thank you. Look at our water. Is it more than one?
I just gotta recirculate things.
Yes, we can't have this out here.
Right. I gotta
So wherever you're putting, yeah, that's all, everything in that coast either goes into the
I know. Hey guys. Good morning.
All right, guys, cool.
Park person.
He's not the big African American guy with the field artillery ones. He's great.
This guy
That
over
guy's
here-
great.
This guy over here is fantastic.
Cool.
He has the same beliefs we do from top to bottom. I mean, anything in between you can imagine.
I believe it.
And he said his sergeant wanted to know if we were barbecuing. I said, no, we have a phone. He goes, I could care less. He goes,
We're cooking on a truck bed. We're off their jurisdiction. This is Metro. This is Parks. That's Parks. This is Metro.
I said, we're cleaning up our own trash. We're not doing nothing. He goes, I could care less.
I've been picking up trash all around this park every day.
And I told him, I said, well, I said, we got Santa back. He goes, is that the guy over there? And I said, yeah. And he goes, that was ridiculous.
That cop over there?
He goes, last
He said
summer-
it was ridiculous?
He said it was
Oh, that's
The police officer said he was ridiculous.
Parks.
That's a big deal. Is it okay if I record that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Man,
Yeah, he,
Matt, right?
yes.
So, guys, this is Matt. Matt's a heck of a patriot.
He
We
said
were
we
just
weren't-
talking with him.
He
Oh,
said,
wow. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Joe.
He didn't want to be on camera or any of that kind of stuff, but he just said, he goes, I thought it was silly what had happened. He goes, everybody should be treated fairly if they're going to protest.
That's right.
What happened, last summer with the protests, we should get the same respect. So he was a really nice guy.
You said he believed in a lot of the same things. What was it that he believed in?
The voting results.
Yeah. It's a nice way to say it. Good for the channel.
Voting results, COVID issues.
Integrity of our election system and
big on that.
social domestic policy related to COVID-19. Okay.
Yes. He also believed that
They say, hi, Matt.
our Congress people
Good morning, Matt.
are not doing their job. And he believed that the fact that trying to figure out the political way of saying it to where I don't get him in trouble.
Right. And we haven't said his name or his badge number. We haven't said his vehicle. And there are lots of police around. There are about 20 police officers all around the park. So it really could be anyone, and we didn't see you walk up.
Basically, he believed that most of our elected officials haven't been truly elected.
That's very true. I believe that too.
That the people that we want in office are not the people that we want in office. They're picking and choosing what they want in office. He also believed firmly on the immigration, that Democrats are just buying votes by bringing immigrants in here to try and get
Millions
get
of
votes.
them already. Millions. Across the southern border, and they brought
Even
300,000.
even when it comes down to gun control, he believes the same thing we do.
Really?
That less guns is not the issue.
No, I could put a gun on the ground.
He
It's
goes,
perfectly
criminals are
safe.
still going to get guns. You banning all the guns is not going to stop criminals from getting guns.
That's right. I'm a
Okay,
Second
quick
Amendment
question.
guy myself.
He said more guns is better in the right people's hands.
That's right.
Did you offer that police officer
Yes,
something?
he said-
And that was just recently?
I just walked up and I asked him, I said, if you haven't had any breakfast, we have plenty of food over here. And he goes, nope, I just ate breakfast or I would.
No, guys, I was arrested. I do have to jump on a video conference with a judge. Worst case scenario is a $130 fine. Best case scenario is I walk away. So I got to get a lawyer. Guys, this was Matt. Thank you, Matt, for talking to me. And it sounds like there are some real good police officers, and I believe that.
He truly believes in the 99.9% of what we believe in.
Well, so do a lot of the people at home. And here's my thing.
And I will tell you, this came, and I don't want his name getting out or any of that kind of stuff. He said during the summer riots, when BLM was down here, they were told, they actually blocked traffic by sitting in traffic. They were told, let them be. They can be there as long as you just divert traffic off of other exits. We asked for 30 minutes, and you've seen what happened for 30 minutes compared to BLM, they were told wherever, it could only be 2 BLM members.
Right.
They were told to let them do what they wanted to do for as long as they wanted to do it, and to divert traffic otherwise.
Wow.
There's the difference. There's the unfairness. We're peacefully doing something for our country, and we're getting persecuted like crazy for it.
You're exactly right. The point that I was going to make is just like this police officer shares so many of our beliefs, that's one thing. But how does it translate to action? If he gets, I want to make a point, right? If he's given orders that I perceive to be unlawful or that he might be uncomfortable with, and this happened with an officer yesterday, I had the same discussion. They're being asked to do things that make them uncomfortable. They know it's inappropriate, right? They mentioned the gross over response, right, when they came to get Santa, right? He said that was ridiculous the other day with Santa, and it was, right?
Yes.
Same thing with me the other day. So when I'm looking at this, it's like, yeah, you might believe what we believe, but what are you going to do with your actions? If you just make actions that make yourself more comfortable, that keep you on the carpet, that keep you on the air conditioning, that's one thing. But if he drops his badge on the table and stands with us, that's another thing. Additionally, police want to build rapport with you, so you give them intelligence and information on our intentions, ideology, right, and capabilities. And so building rapport just like leads them to want to be nice, and they're taught to use verbal judo to like be fake nice and get information and say you're with them, and that's how you get intel
His
from
orders,
people.
and he told me this, his orders from last summer for all of the stuff that happened came from the mayor.
That's right.
That's where it came
The
from.
Parks Police said that
Parks
too?
Police told me the same thing, that their
Wow.
orders for the BLM and all the people to let them do whatever they wanted to do and just divert traffic and don't arrest anybody came from the mayor.
Wow.
There you go.
You heard it here, people. And to that end, I would just respectfully encourage you to consider that lesson, right? I would respectfully consider you. It's going to be a theme of discussion today. All right, I respectfully encourage you to consider that police officer. Maybe he believes in what we believe in, but he's still out here on the line reporting intelligence against us, right? Still here observing our behavior, right? Yeah, sure, maybe they're keeping us safe, but every chance they get, they're going to lock one of us up for the least little thing, right? They're going to do it in a grossly over powerful way, right? To show that display of force. They're going to take the porta potties to push us off the block. They're going to say nice things to us, but their actions scream tyranny. All right, so just as there are many, many good police officers, there are also some who I hope will just look in the mirror and do the best they can and remember why they wanted to get into public service in the first place, because it's up to them. As long as police officers and public servants and military officers are complicit in the tyranny and the oppression, it will continue. But when you make a stand, when those enforcers make a stand, that's when we're able to move forward. And we're peaceful and nonviolent. We don't want any kind of rioting. Peaceful and nonviolent movement. We want to use discourse, and we want to wave flags to get domestic policy change for freedom in the United States. That's what we're here for, people. And we're going to have a big event here this weekend. We want you to come down to the National Mall. I want you to come down at like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Try not to come later than that, because maybe you're not going to get parking on the mall, right? And we want to surround the whole mall, right, with flag-waving American patriots who love freedom. If you're one of those patriots, we need you here. What's up?
You need to be here between 4 and 5 to get a parking space.
Let me tell them.
If y'all are coming here this weekend, be here between 4 and 5 a.m. These streets fill up very quick. Very quick. They are full by 6 a.m. So if y'all want a parking space on the mall, get here between 4 and 5 a.m. I can tell you that right now.
Try to get here as early as you can. I know it's inconvenient, but you got to leave tonight after work. Leave tonight after work. This is the Ottawa-style stand. Okay?
Inconvenient? When is ever fighting for your rights convenient?
That's it. That's it. And people are
when
working
is fighting for your family convenient? To hell with convenience. If I wanted convenience, I'd have stayed home.
And when we say fight, we mean stand up. It's figurative, right? Because we're nonviolent and peaceful.
Correct.
Yeah, and we don't want to riot or anything like that.
Peaceful, but if they want me to stop, they're going to have to put me in the ground.
I don't think it has a name, but it's the leader of the People's Movement who's bringing a bunch of people. Yeah, the leader of the People's Movement in Washington State, his name's Jeff. I don't know what he's calling the convoy.
I'll tell you right now, I'm peaceful. They want me to stop. They're going to have to put me in the ground. I will die on my feet, not serve on my knees.
10-4. 10-4. Hey, Chariot, just tell them if they go on the People's Movement page for Washington, they can get in touch with Jeff, who's the state lead. It's his family who runs the webpage. If they want to ride with him, they can get in touch with him that way. And then they can all come out together. Is that what you're trying to set up?
Huh?
Are you trying to set up a way for them to ride together to get out here? Yeah. If they go on the People's Movement webpage for Washington, send a message. That's going to go to a guy named Jeff. Jeff owns East West Trucking. He's the guy coming out with a convoy, so they could get in touch with him that way.
Okay.
And they could coordinate.
Right. You got an update on Kansas?
Kansas isn't mine. Texas is mine and Washington's mine. And I'm waiting on the word from Indiana. Because I know a convoy left Indiana. That's what Paul was saying.
Yeah, the one that was supposed to be here this morning.
Yeah, well, yes, that's what Paul said. That's what Paul said, that they were going to come down here. Now, we want the big trucks to go to Bunker Hill. We're going to bring you in special. All right? If you're a big truck driver, Brian's just smiling because he's been on my runs before. He knows what it's like running the night train, into D.C. in the wee hours.
One horn, we going both horns.
Well, I've been working
Let them
on
bad boys scream.
We're going to come in. Only the front vehicle is going to have the headlights on. The rest will be dark like there's night train convoys through the desert. We just come snaking along, man.
That's right.
No, we'll come in nice and safe and nice and early. And I got a special place for all the big trucks. But if you're in a four-wheeler, a camper, a truck, a pickup, an RV, come down here and park along Jefferson Street or Madison Street. Display your American flags and be proud. Stand up against tyranny, right? You have to stand up for freedom, or your freedoms are going to be continuously eroded. Do you think your grandparents were more or less free than you are? Were your grandparents more free or less free than you are today?
I'll tell you this right now, okay? You don't want to stand up for your freedoms?
We're not getting a permit because we're free. We don't need a damn permit. We're free, and they wouldn't give us one anyway when we applied.
Y'all don't want to stand up for your freedoms? Get your knee pads out and get to practicing, because that's where you're going to be if we don't succeed.
That's right.
You're going to be serving on your knees. I'll die on my feet.
That's right.
Period. I'm sorry, my freedom, my family, my kids are worth more to me than my pride. They're worth more to me than my life. I will die for my country. If you don't want to give up your home, your money, your car, don't tell me you'll die for your freedom, because I'll call you a liar to your face.
If you can't come out here for 2 days, come on, guys, we need you for 2 days. All right, and you can come see us next weekend. If you can stay for a few days, stay for a few days. But we've got people showing up and standing up, and we need you to do the same.
Hell yeah, I've been fighting this fight since March 3rd. I haven't pulled a paycheck since then.
Man.
Santa hasn't pulled a paycheck since then. So I don't want to hear, well, I can't afford to. I'll lose my job. I'm sorry, your job can be replaced. So can your money. Your freedom can't. If you can't get those two in order, you got a problem.
That's right.
I remember growing up, I used to ride in the bed of my old man's pickup. Loved every minute of it. Sit up on the dog box, had the wind hit me in the face and my hair. My son doesn't know that feeling. It's illegal. They say I'm endangering his life by putting him in the bed of my truck. I'm not endangering his life. The idiot that can't drive is. So they want to put me in jail for it.
They say you're making people want to come down here. Why don't you talk a little bit more if you want, Brian? Because we need people here, Brian. We've got to have people here.
They should. Hell, I shouldn't have to talk to make you want to come downhill. You keeping your freedom should be enough. If it ain't, you ain't American. That Constitution is supreme law in this country. If you can't fight to defend it, why the hell are you here?
That's right. That's right.
You don't like my country? You don't like my flag, my Constitution? Pack your shit and leave. Nobody's making you stay here.
That's
if
right.
you came here and don't like it,
That's
nobody forced you to come here. You can still pack your shit and go back to wherever the hell you came from.
10-4.
This is my country. I'll tell you this right now. I'm part Indian, okay?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I got more claim in this country than most people. This is my land.
I didn't know that. And you're a Marine.
And I'm a redneck. Now piss off somebody with all three traits. And what do you got?
I got you right here, right now.
Oh, it's not heavy.
Yeah. You don't like my country? Leave. This is my land.
They say you're a good speaker, and then Tanya says amen.
Now, I can tell you right now, I know I'm going to get a lot of flack.
Yes, sir. Say it loud.
Because I'm going to speak on our southern border.
Teresa says
we got
amen.
all these illegals crossing into our country, thinking they're Americans, wanting to change our country into theirs. They talk shit about us, about how cowardly we are. I'm sorry, we fought for our rights. You're running from your country to a country where real men are. Okay, you don't like the way your country is? Take up arms, change it.
That's right.
You failing to do so, that is on you, not me. And here's a message for Nancy Pelosi. You want to help them illegally cross our borders? You're in office for the people in this country. You want to serve the people of another country? Go get in their government and defend them. Get the hell out of mine.
That's right.
Because as far as I'm concerned, these people on Capitol Hill are nothing more than traitors.
They say, amen. This is called passion.
No, this is called pistivity.
Pistivity. Hey, let's help her. Let's help her. You can't. Miss Kentucky's stronger than all of us.
Hey, you don't want to make her angry. I'm sorry.
Miss Kentucky, you don't want to mess her up.
You don't want to
mess her up.
I'll tell you one thing.
Kelly B says 100. 100. Man, Wendy says, amen, brother. Big deal. Let him talk as loud as he wants, they say.
Come on down.
You want to go in the shade?
Here. Help us out.
Let's go in the shade for one more minute. Yeah, come on.
Let's go over here where he is.
All right, guys, just for a minute. I don't want to crash them, though, and, you know, Chuck's over here, too, so I don't want to crash their streams. There's, like, streamer etiquette. You don't want to go stomp right on top of another stream. Good morning, guys. Good morning.
I'm going to give y'all a little bit of history. I'm going to give y'all a little bit of history.
Beautiful
of the US
building in the back.
Okay? U.S.
We're doing an interview with Brian. He's doing great, and everybody loves
I got
him.
3 cameras on me.
Come on, Brian. We want to hear from you, driver.
U.S. Constitution clearly states that no state or government may make or enforce any law which violates one's civil or constitutional rights.
Wow.
We got a perfect example of a violation right here in D.C.
Right now.
They say we have to have a permit if we've got more than 25 people in our group to protest. It is your right to peacefully assemble and protest. Okay, we filed for that permit. They denied it, saying we can't do it, which is basically saying we're not allowed to exercise our First Amendment right. That is a straight out violation of the U.S. Constitution.
10-4.
Now, if you go online and look up United States Code, specifically 71 U.S.2 Section 98, no government official, civilian or elected, including police officers, Congress to president, has the power to violate or suspend the U.S. Constitution. To do so is a declaration of war on the Constitution and of the people. According to the U.S. Justice Department, the declaration of war on your own country is an act of treason. Okay, Nancy Pelosi, 2 weeks before the vaccine mandates went out, she went on national TV and clearly stated that the government does not have the power or the authority to impose such mandates without violating the U.S. Constitution. 2 weeks later, they did it. She knowingly and willfully violated it. That is an act of treason. No one's doing nothing about it. Joe Biden went on national TV after shutting down Russia's oil and stated the easiest way to cripple a country is to shut down his oil pipelines. Why the hell did he shut down ours? Then 2 weeks ago, he shut down the Alaskan oil fields.
Oh! Preach.
Joe, stupid Joe, answer me that damn question. Because if you can't, get the hell out of office because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Day one of Joe Biden's administration, a man brought in a file for him to sign. He asked what it was. He was told, don't worry about it, just sign it. His reply was okay. Come to find out, the man that brought that file in for him to sign was Nancy Pelosi's personal secretary.
Oh, come on.
Joe Biden is nothing more than a puppet.
Una muñeca.
If you don't believe me, go back through the newsreels. Watch the videos from his first day in office.
They go, let's go, Brandon.
They haven't deleted it yet. So Joe Biden, Pelosi, and all you traitors, there you go right there. You don't
That's
like
First
that?
Amendment.
Tough shit.
That's protected
Because
First
I can
Amendment.
tell you right now, a federal judge says this is a sign. This,
Let me
right
stand over
here, this is a sign of self-expression.
That's not for you, good visionaries. That's
Yeah, right
only
there.
for the bad
There.
ones.
That's a form of self-expression.
It's only for the bad guys.
Protected
It's not
by
for
a
the
federal
good
judge.
visionaries.
You don't like it? Kiss my southern ass.
And 10-4 on the homemade pickle recipe. You think eating all those pickles and all that sugar in his coffee would be sweeter, but that's a hell of a patriot right there. That's Brian. He's a big truck driver. I was with Brian for thousands of miles on the road. He's a good guy, and you're seeing what he believes in, right? There's only one comment on there that he threw out there that I want to make a statement about, and that was, if you're upset, take up arms, right? And we need to do some things like that. It's really important that we protect our Second Amendment and that we do maintain that right to bear arms. I would encourage you not to bring any weapons to D.C. I just want to show you who's talking here. Don't bring your weapons to D.C. This is not a revolution. We're not trying to depose the government. We are trying to communicate to a government that their actions have been continuously more and more and more inappropriate, and they've continuously degraded our freedoms, and that the American people will not stand for it. These heavy-handed police tactics, the price of diesel, the price of gasoline, the rising in costs of vehicles, vehicle parts, not being able to get diesel oil right now, diesel being $6 to $7 per gallon, right? The Department of Veterans Affairs causing veterans to kill themselves at a rate that's 33% higher if they're seeking care at the VA than if they were just living in the woods and not talking to anybody. So going to the VA causes veterans to kill themselves at a rate of 33% more than if they weren't even at the VA getting help. And that's according to their own data. I mean, and you think that they're doing a good job over there? Come on, all these people are patting themselves on the back. You can just read through the news articles and you can see how well they think they're doing for veterans. And then, you just look around, you look at veteran suicide statistics, and it makes me sick. If whoever the director of the Department of Veterans Affairs is can't lower the number of veteran suicides per day, right? They should just be out. It's like, hey, you have Okay, I get it. It takes time to put plans and policies into place to, do analysis and everything. Give them 6 months to show me actionable change. Give them 1 year. If you can't do it at a year, you're out. And I mean, maybe there should be a stiffer penalty like imprisonment, right? Maybe they're looking at the wrong metrics, like how do we save money instead of how do we save veterans' lives, all right? So until the federal government wakes up and starts actually helping veterans, you're going to see veterans furious at the level of care from the federal government and just sort of cast it aside. And it's like, it'd be better if they whack themselves. That way they won't cost the government in healthcare for a number of years going forward, or disability pensions, or, retirement pensions. So I really am sick to my stomach with the way the federal government, the VA, takes care of its veterans. With that said, at least there is some kind of program in place. It's like a stopgap to help those people. So we're upset with the food shortages. We're upset with the lies and the backups at the ports, right? We're upset with continuously being spoon-fed bullshit and told that it's caviar. False imprisonment and arrest, right? Illegal search and seizure of people's telephones, right? I know you can do that right now. They're evil government types, right? If you might be watching, because the state of emergency, the declaration of emergency, related to the COVID-19 pandemic is still in effect. When that's in effect, the government can seize your property anytime they want. They can also legally seize all of your communications. So everything that happened with Edward Snowden, that got everybody pissed off, right? Stealing all the data, what the government was doing, the information that Snowden put out there before he had to move to Russia to hide. He probably did get some Americans killed, and I kind of see him as, he got a lot of information out there that gave us information, but I think he kind of put some information out there that got some boys in black into some trouble, and I sure don't like that. I sure don't like hearing about Americans being compromised in the field when they're trying to protect American interests. Until our government wakes up and realizes that the people have had enough and they're not going away, we're not going away. We want diesel prices down. We want interstate taxes down. When I buy fuel, I shouldn't have to keep paying taxes on it. Those need to go down. Fuel needs to go down. This diesel shortage needs to be mitigated with appropriate policy. Okay, who's writing the domestic policy related to fuel, right? And ensuring that we have enough fuel in enough places. I have gas station owners telling me they can't get diesel, and it says it's over $6 a gallon. Okay, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. All right, we need better access to education. We need education where we're presenting real, factual data from the ontology, not just the fluff that the assistant professor wants to say to the woke professor or whatever, or to the woke dean, so they can get promoted or just go travel around the world and just sit on their laptop and be comfortable, right? Freaking analyzing things. You need to get in the game. Right? You people need to wake up. I need you out here. I need you on the ground. Look at our Second Amendment rights and what's happening. They're trying to limit calibers. Say, oh, you don't need more than a 22 caliber weapon. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I have the right to bear arms. I'm going to do whatever I want. I have the right to bear arms. What's happened to our Constitution? It's been trampled on so other people can be more comfortable, all right, so they can have comfort. And Americans, if that bothers you, patriots, if that bothers you, I implore you to come out. You have to come out. We need you here this weekend. You've got to come early in the morning. In the dark of the morning, you have to take this mall. All right, you have to park all the way, and peacefully and non-violently. What I mean by take is park all along these streets, and I'll show you guys. Look, this is Jefferson Street. So I want to park all down Jefferson Street right here. All right, one of them's Jefferson, one of them's Madison. And then here's the other one down here where all those cars are. I want Jefferson and Madison completely taken. Completely taken. Jefferson and Madison completely taken from 3rd Street to 7th Street. Jefferson and Madison is where you're going to park. This is the Washington Mall. Right here, this big grass area where they play softball and where they have events and political rallies. Well, this is where we're going to be staged. All right, I want flags all across this lawn. I want Patriots all across the lawn. They're going to be Parks Police. It's a national park. So we're going to have Parks Police everywhere. We're going to be safe and peaceful. And I need you guys here. All right, I need you guys here. We're going to be on Jefferson and Madison Streets. We need you here in the wee hours of the morning. The early hours to come and park. You're not going to be able to get a spot. So come in the dark of the morning. Be here before 6 a.m. Park on Jefferson or Madison between 3rd and 7th. All right, Jefferson and Madison for 3rd and 7th. We're going to have a lot of people out here. We already have a lot of people out here, and more are coming. More come every day. So y'all get out here and help us. We need you. All right, rally to Santa. We need you out here. All right, we need you, Patriots. Rally to our banner. You can see us out here, all right? This is a thing. We have more people who are back at the camp. And then we have a lot of Patriots out here too. Awesome Patriots who are willing to wake up at 2:30 in the morning to work a security shift, or to stay up until 2:30 in the morning to work a security shift. And we switch each other out, and we communicate well, and everybody supports everybody. It's not an ego-based thing. Nobody's trying to cut each other's legs down or anything like that. Santa is the leader. Santa has established a great leadership council, and his council has somebody who does communication, somebody who does the website, somebody who does the finances, somebody who does security, and somebody who helps with tactics, and strategy. You need a hand? She needs a hand. Come on. Yeah, we're just standing here talking to computers.
Wow. Yeah, but you've already been up here. I need all that water out.
Hold the water out. Aye, aye, ma'am. Whoa, I might take the cold water and paint. Oh, this no problem. This one? No. Fake CD. Okay.
Are you moving?
No. What's this? Morning.
Actually, I need to leave it down there on coffee because I got to get somewhere.
No problem. Just now. What else you need?
That's it. That out of the way. I just need
No problem. It's already getting hot out here, Patriots. It's getting hot out here.
rearrange.
That's right, yes, sir. Yes, sir. But we're here and we're motivated and we're not going anywhere.
We're here. Everybody else needs to get here.
We need you guys. Come on, it's time to come out. We need you. We need you. Come out here. Join us. Rally to us, people. We need you here. We're in Washington, D.C. You know what we're up to. Hell, I was arrested yesterday. That's true. That was true. Yeah, they let me out right away. And the guy was apologetic the whole time and said his sergeant made him do it. And he told me that his sergeant didn't even watch what happened. He said the sergeant only looked at a Twitter video that showed my response, and they didn't go and do any kind of research on my channel or any other channels. Yep. You see my head pop back on mine? Yeah. So I just have to go show that to a judge. Worst case scenario, it's a $130 fine. Best case scenario, it's nothing. And I get the woman's information, and I can sue her for libel for all the false, slanderous information. They kept saying that we were fascists or whatever. So that's what Steve said. He said he saw her at the Supreme Court. So.
Obviously she's paid.
That's right. Yes, ma'am. She was a paid agitator. All right, folks, we're getting the work done. Everybody's out here. I'm going to run and change over my clothes real quick. I'll probably put sneakers on, but I might keep shorts on for today, guys. It's pretty warm out.
No, it's not. It's hot.
It's hot. If I could get away with a skirt,
Yeah, well, it's a skirt.
Okay, maybe a kilt I could get.
Showing my whole hand in.
That's right. That's right. If I had a kilt, maybe I could get some airflow.
You could do that, I guess.
They love you, Patriot. They think you're awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Amesville, right?
Amesville.
Or Amesville, Virginia.
Culpeper County.
I know Culpeper. Good Patriots there. Got the police here coming in to pressure See how they just slow roll to pressure us, creeping by? They just creep by. They're counting vehicles, just putting the pressure on us, letting us know that we're here, and we don't care. We're not scared, and we're not going anywhere. Hey, I tell you what, you guys want to go give those donations to Santa? Let's do that. Good morning, Patriot Joe. How are you, sir?
I am well.
Good.
A little tired, but I'm
Well, you busted your butt. You drove 5 hours to help the whole team last night, didn't you?
Everything's good.
Thank you, sir.
We're one.
That's right.
Thanks.
All right, guys, we're going to go and give Santa the donations when he's done over there. We'll just hang out right here for a minute. All right, guys, I'm just going to leave you here for a quick second. A kilt and bagpipes. That would get the Patriots out here if we could play the national anthem on the bagpipes. I'm going to go put on my sneakers and some socks, some sneaks and some socks. Because I don't want to be in sandals all day, I don't think, out here. There we go. I thought we lost it, guys. Sorry. Yeah, thank you very much. Really appreciate you. Thank you, Rondo. That's a huge help. I think I should probably get an attorney. I do have a video of the event that shows me getting hit in the face first. Clearly see my head go back, jacked back, and before I swat the thing away and then retreat 1 to 200 yards to the police to report the whole thing. I reported that I swatted, the bullhorn away after she struck me in the face with it. And I had to ask the cop 3 times. The first time I asked the sergeant, he walked away. The second time he told me he was going to lunch. The third time I told him I had 1,200 people watching, and then he went to work. And then he had me arrested. And we think it was first responders video that somebody cropped. I don't have to go to court. I have to do a video conference with the judge, a video arraignment, and I just have to appear by video. And I can plead guilty and pay $130, or I can fight it, and I'm definitely going to fight it. So I'm not sure if I need to get an attorney for that. I probably should. It's expensive to access fairness in the criminal justice system. So we'll see what happens. I think we're going to be all right. I think I have a good video. Oh, you emailed me, Bandit. Thank you, man. Thank you so much, Bandit. They did not fully investigate. That's correct. You're coming on the 1st of August, Debbie. Okay, well, we need you as soon as possible, ma'am. And I'll be here as long as I need to be here for your freedom and for my freedom and for this movement. Guys, I'll be right back. I love you a lot. Don't go weird. Don't do anything freaky. Yeah, Linda, I got to find, is anybody out here an attorney, or does anybody know an attorney who would be willing to do a 30-minute conversation with me to try to help me? If anybody's an attorney and you'd be willing to give me some legal advice, I'd sure appreciate it. That would sure help the movement. Where do I send the kilt, Ted, for? Hey, how are you, Patriots?
Great.
Good. You're good.
Thank you for everything.
Yeah, thank you for saying that.
We just got off the plane and come up here.
You want to talk?
What's going on?
Yeah, hey, I've got about 1,000 people watching you. We're on X-Ray Vision on
Okay.
YouTube. And we're called the 1776 Restoration Movement.
Sweet.
And so we just think that our freedoms have been continuously eroded over time.
And
We
they
think
have.
your great-grandparents had more freedom than y'all have right now.
And
And
they had.
we've seen some very, very heavy-handed police tactics and police brutality and corruption, and it's all been on film. And so we're frustrated with the way that our elected and appointed officials are managing and governing citizens in the United States. And we're sick of seeing our freedoms continuously eroded. So we're standing up to say that we'd like the emergency declaration related to COVID-19. We'd like that to be rescinded. When it's in place, everything that Edward Snowden put out can happen legally. Government can seize all your communications on your phone, all your pictures, seize your property. That's right. Or maybe for a little bit at first while we figure it out,
Yeah.
we move the money, okay, but not for 2 years. All right. We're talking about diesel prices through the roof, gas prices through the roof, inflation up, cost of goods and services up. income is not rising at the same rate as the cost of housing. So we have more and more displaced Americans. And I'm a Marine veteran, and if I go to the VA to get health care, thanks, sir, I'm 33% more likely to kill myself than if I just didn't even go to the VA at all, according to their data. So we're standing up to say that our government and governments around the world need to remember that they work for us. And so we've occupied this block. We've had 2 members arrested and immediately released, on nonsense charges. And we've had an incredible outpouring from the American citizens. You're going to see a number of semi-trucks come in this weekend. You're going to see Patriots block all of these streets and take them all this weekend. And you're going to see thousands of Patriots with flags. And you're going to see some semi-trucks do some special stuff that we can't really talk about on camera yet because, that's another episode.
So where can I watch this at?
Yeah, X-Ray Vision on YouTube. You can watch the whole thing live.
No.
Y'all want to say hi to anybody?
Hey.
Yeah. Where are y'all from?
Georgia.
Good people from Georgia. I have family in Savannah.
Sweet.
And just really, really good Patriots down in Georgia. What are y'all doing in D.C.?
We just came up to pick something up for one of my sons.
Okay. Drugs? I'm just kidding, man.
A musical instrument.
Oh, cool. What do you play?
Trombone.
Trombone. Sweet. I played the trumpet for a little bit. I was terrible. But I picked up the guitar, and I still play guitar. I have one in my...
And with everything going on,
awesome.
Like you talk about prices.
Yeah.
You can't hardly find stuff right now.
That's right. That's right. Diesel shortage. There's an oil shortage for diesel engines. You look at the stores, and we're with a lot of big truck drivers. I mean, we have people coming here who parked 80 trucks on Constitution Avenue for 21 days 2 years ago. Nobody hears about this, right? I brought 200 trucks in here just a few months ago. We parked trucks all in front of the White House. I drove past the vice president's house, parked them there. We drove to all the embassies, laying on the horns, throwing propaganda out the window so they would go to the State Department and say, what is going on with the truckers? Why didn't you tell us? So we're peaceful. We are peaceful. We are nonviolent. Man, we're trying to do it like Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King did it. And peaceful, nonviolent, thousands or millions of people, tens, hundreds of thousands, whatever we can get. Weekend to weekend, it's going to grow. And we're going to hold this ground until we see actionable policy change. We're going to hold this ground until we see that. This is our Canada, Ottawa occupation.
What we can do as Americans is vote the people not doing it out of office and vote the right people in office. Like it should be.
Yes, sir. And did y'all engage in the primaries in Georgia?
Oh, definitely.
So could you talk about that? It's only like, 16 to 24%. It's a very low number of Americans who engage in the primaries. Why do y'all do that? Or who instilled that in it, right? Why do you do it?
My dad did.
Cool.
Basically. Because if you can't bitch about it if you do not do something about it or vote. Granted, if your vote doesn't, if you go out to vote, your candidate to win, you still try.
Yes, sir.
But if you vote and they do win, you win. But it's not about me. It's just about our ideology, maybe.
Yep.
And what we believe in as Americans.
What are those issues that you're looking at when you're voting that are just top of the ticket for you? Most important issues when you're looking at policies. What's most important?
Mostly to leave me alone and let me live my life how I want to live it.
It sounds like freedom's important to you, Patriot.
Very important.
What are y'all doing this weekend?
We don't know yet.
Well, you ought to take your vehicle or maybe rent something, an RV or a camper trailer or something, and you ought to come with us. We have food. We can, feed you, or you can do a hotel or whatever in the area, restaurant, depending on what you like. But we're going to have thousands of Patriots taking this mall. It's going to be peaceful and nonviolent. We do not want rioting. We do not want looting. We do not want destruction. Okay? You're going to have veterans, nurses, teachers, truck drivers, electricians, construction workers, you name it, coming out here. I run a nonprofit in the real world, and I teach wilderness emergency medicine, and I'm out here standing up for freedom. Yeah. So we have people from all walks of life, all different races, genders. Every single person is welcome. And sir, if you know anyone, or if you guys have channels and you can put it out, do you guys want to say your social channels or anything? Do you guys want to say anything like that? Or? No, nothing.
I literally don't have social media.
I don't have anything until I had this, and I didn't have this until everybody told me I had. All these folks, thousands of people said, hey, you've got to do this. Here are the tools. Please do it for us.
Yep,
so.
Some of that is...
You got to put it out there.
You said it, ma'am.
Not conspiracy theory, but I don't like to have anything to where they really can pinpoint who I am.
10-4. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Because you say the wrong thing, they're hey, knock on your door. So
That's it. What was it that you just said, ma'am, just a second ago?
You're putting the good out there. Thank you for doing that.
And thank you. Where do you see any other mainstream media around here? Is there CNN or NBC or ABC? I mean, I did an interview in Spanish the other day with Univision, Univision. I did an interview in Spanish, and my Spanish isn't great, so Diego was real helpful, and it probably made me look, whatever. I made the effort, you know what I mean? And man, we've got to get the word out however we can, and we need Americans and patriots like you who are awake to this, right? Do you think that the news is accurately reported and fairly reported in mainstream media?
No, it's reported how they want you to see it.
Yes, sir.
It's all opinion.
All these incredible patriots on here. I'm X-ray vision, and so we call them the visionaries. And all these visionaries here.
Definitely, is it a live thing? Or
oh, it's live and raw, and we go all the way through. And if you go back in this, you'll see us shut down highways. You'll see us blocking the state capitol in California after they passed an abortion bill that said you could execute a child after it was born for over a week after it was born if the mother feels a little depressed or whatever. And so we took semi-trucks, we drove up the train tracks, came up on the courthouse, and we blocked everybody in the damn legislative building. We just put it in park. And we had Secret Service and state police and city police, and we just kept it in park. We said, you're going to sit in there and think about what you just did. You're going to sit in there. And we blocked all their VCP exits. And
if you don't make them care about their decisions, they're not going to.
Yes, sir. You're right, Patriot. How do you think that we could get to these Americans? You got about 1,000 watching you right now, folks.
That's great.
How can we get the word out to Americans? What is it that we could tell them that would push them past that permeable membrane to the front door?
I think pretty much what you're doing
and get them out here, sir.
Is bringing it to their attention, because a lot of people don't. If you look at what we do, is we go to work every day. We pay taxes.
That's right.
A lot of times, unfortunately, we don't have time as working class, raising children, right?
That's right.
We don't have time to get into the politics. That's why we elect people to take care of it for us. And unfortunately, they're not doing their job that we elected them for. So people like you, they can come in here and actually show this is what they're doing, so the rest of America can say, hey, that's really happening.
Yes, sir.
Because you're not going to find it on the mainstream media.
That's right. That's right. So that's why we're here. That's why I'm doing this. And
yes.
I respectfully invite and I encourage you patriots to please come join us and stand up for this. How many more chances will we have to send a message, together? And how long has America been waiting for a group of semi-trucks and cars to come in and do Ottawa? Just like Ottawa. That's what's happening.
How much longer can we wait?
That's right.
That's the problem.
That's right.
So, well, I'm going to leave you.
Well said,
sir.
So it's very nice to meet you.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for hanging out. Congratulations on the new trombone. Nice to meet you. Great job on the text skills. You're the first
Thank
one
you
to
so
have it
much.
out. Very nice to meet you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hope you guys have a safe day.
Yeah,
Come back anytime. Good. Cool. Thanks, sir. What great patriots. That was fun to talk with these folks from Georgia. Real good patriots, and they're awake, and they know about, trying to get that vote out. Now he's getting phone calls. Good. Hey, you're famous. Thank you, Georgia Patriots. What great people. What really wonderful people. All right, I got to go to the meeting. You guys were having a meeting. Oh, 10-4, sir.
More has changed over time. More accepted than they were years ago, things of that nature. I remember this has nothing to do with the Constitution, but this kind of talks about the moral society and how it changes. Years ago, I was reading a book about a lady who ran an all-women's school. Her job was to do was to raise young ladies back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, how to be ladies in society. And one of her statements I read was she was talking to her graduating class, and she said, "I do hope that I will never see a time that any of the ladies that graduate from this school, I think in this school, she mentioned this school, that would never go outside." Oh, hang on just a second. This is a very important phone call. This is the detective. Let me get this. Hello, Samuel.
He's on the phone with the detective, everybody.
How about you?
Called him buddy.
Hey, welcome back, X-Ray.
Yo, Simon, welcome back, my brother. So good to see you. You're such an incredible patriot, and this is the perfect mission for you, because we're going to bring hundreds and hopefully thousands, maybe tens of thousands.
There should be a few million people right here, right now.
We're getting the word out. I'm going on with Sheepdog later today. We're going to do an interview.
Fantastic.
I heard he's a great guy. I'm really looking forward to meeting him. I spoke with him on the phone. He's a gentleman.
Excellent.
So hopefully we can really get the word out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
To all of his people.
Yeah.
I hear he's a good patriot.
You were great, man. When the shit was hitting the fan the other day.
Oh, I just wanted to dance him
you're,
away. I wanted to give him that love, doing my funky chicken wedding dances.
But
if
no,
any of y'all are getting married,
one of my favorite parts of it, when you were literally going officer to officer right down the line, saying, "Hey, why aren't you doing your job and helping this lady over here?"
Why won't you have?
Because you know their training. You train them, and you were literally telling them.
Like parks officers.
That was priceless.
That's what I'm saying.
It's hard. They're saying
I was looking in their eyes. Like I was looking them in the eye, and I was like,
"Go." I think I melted a couple of those snowflakes. I just hope they go home, look in the mirror, and really think about what they're doing and why they wear that uniform.
Correct. We're back to Sam. You were saying take a call.
Hold it for a second. There you go.
So anyway, her statement was that she hoped that no young lady that graduated from her school would ever be caught in public without their gloves on.
What?
That shows how.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, that's funny.
Morals.
And this is that little.
They evolve. Morals evolve. But those are external morals. Those are things that we can change. So there's a deep-seated morality that we can never let change. That deep-seated morality has to stay the same. And that is basically, honestly, that is the golden rule. Every religion has some form of the golden rule. And the reason for that is it doesn't matter what text you consider holy. They come from a natural order. Where men are not like animals. If an animal sees something that you have that it wants, it's natural for an animal to go take that from the other animal, and kill the other animal if necessary to make that happen. We're not animals. We are something better than animals, or we should be something better than animals.
Cerebral
So
cortex
there's a
10-4.
natural law that is in place that, and everybody's up in arms about me talking about a moral, returning to a moral America or a moral society. Because I'm a Christian, obviously I'm going to choose the Bible as my holy text. And I'm going to speak from that because that's what I know. But when I'm speaking that way, I'm not talking about Christianity per se. I'm just talking about men treating men like they're supposed to treat other men. And there is a natural order of things that has been in place for over 6,000 years that we are very quickly losing sight of, and we have to get that back as our guidepost, as our plumb line, to be able to function as a society. So again,
Legalized dueling.
When they formed the Constitution, there were a lot of people in that day who really did not want a constitutional republic because they feared that their moral standard was not high enough to retain a constitutional republic. They understood the depth of that in a way that we don't. We look at the Constitution as just words on paper that that's supposed to guide, not us. Again, the Constitution was not written for the citizen. It was written for the government, to control the government. So they understood that the moral people would keep the government moral. That's what they were afraid of, is that the government would become immoral because they are our representatives. They come from amongst us. So if we produce an immoral society, or if we become an immoral society, and we choose our leaders from within that society, then we will have not only an immoral society, we will have an immoral government, which doesn't care to take our rights away from us. And that's where we're at today. If they become animalistic in their nature, they don't care about what you have. If they want it, they're going to come and get it. Taxes, property. Right now we have people that have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars simply because they were driving down the road with that money in their vehicles. The police pulled them over, concocted a reasonable search, and that were reasonable. If I had two hands, would go in quotes.
Yeah.
And found out that they had $100,000 of their own money, and assumed that they were there for illegal purposes. One of them was
Thanks, Debbie.
The last one that I read about was I believe he was a Marine. He was going to see his daughter in California, coming from, I think, Arizona or someplace like that. He was totally, yeah, you can search my car. I mean, he had no problem. They ended up taking all of his money. He said, man, I don't trust the banks. I'm taking my money to see my daughter with me. And that's not illegal. That is not illegal. So the presumption of innocence was not there. Again, I'm talking about returning to a constitutional republic at every level of our society.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly. You are innocent until proven guilty.
Our criminal justice system is rotten. You need money to access justice in America.
His money back, but you shouldn't have to do that. You know, you should not have to do that. This entire fiasco that I went through yesterday and the day before, that was all about, try to prove a point. It was a political statement.
Yep.
Make no bones about that.
Yep.
That was a political statement. That's the only part that I'm upset about. That's the only part that rubs me wrong. The rest of it is fine. But they wanted to make a political statement to try to scare you. If they'd only spent a little bit more time with you, they would know that wasn't going to scare you.
No,
So,
I think we're scaring them.
Yes, we are.
I think we're scaring them, or they wouldn't do it.
So we're still doing what we're supposed to do. And there are some things that we need to address about that day. Number one, make your voice heard. Make your voice heard. But make it heard in a calm, reasonable, rational manner.
Yeah.
Remember, the entire world is watching us.
Yeah.
Say what you got to say, but be respectful. Here's the deal. The officers around here, 80% of them support us.
10-4.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll give you
80% of the
80%.
officers that stood between you and my truck supported us.
That's right.
You can see it in their eyes when we called them out.
We do not want to alienate them from our movement.
That's correct.
We do not need to do that. You never know who is supporting you and who is not when they're acting calm and you are not. You fail to see, right now, they are using the excuse that I'm just doing my job. And yesterday, they were doing their job.
Yes, they did.
They or day before yesterday. When you're doing time in a slammer, you start to lose time.
Santa said slammer. 10-4. Couldn't even get some cookies in there. Nerve.
Never made it to the big house, but I've been in a slammer. But trust me, those doors slam. We do not want to alienate those who are actually supporting us, and I'm telling you, they do support us. There will come a day, I do believe this with all of my heart, and I've said this about many other things during this movement. There will come a day when officers begin to say, you know what,
Enough's enough.
I'm not going to do this anymore.
That's right. Yes, sir.
It's hard to do that. It's hard to do that. I want you to remember back a year ago where you stood. I want you to remember back in February and March when some of you joined the movement. That was the People's Convoy. I want you to remember, there's been days between now and then that you really questioned if it was worth it, if what you were doing was making a difference. And God, I believe that God in His amazing ways has a progression where we grow and we become what needs to become eventually. It's just will we last through those growing pains to get there. So we'll have many more of those moments.
Yeah.
This is a long and arduous task that we have taken. I've had people tell me that you'll never get this done. Okay.
Watch me. Watch us.
Watch us.
Watch the 1776 Restoration Movement do it here.
We are making a difference. We are going to make a difference, and we will not stop until we have a constitutional republic again. Why?
What's that Christian song? Say I won't.
It's the right way of government.
Say I won't.
We're not here to overthrow the government.
No.
Absolutely not.
Restore.
We believe in the Constitution. We love the Constitution. We love the Declaration of Independence. We love the Bill of Rights. We are here to bring those back to the rightful way of government. And what's astounding about that, I was just talking to an individual over there a while ago, retired lieutenant colonel. He told me, he said, I don't believe in your politics. That's fine. That's perfectly his right to do that. But
it's because he was an officer, lieutenant colonel.
That's right.
That's why he didn't.
Yeah, if he didn't conform, he wouldn't be promoted. If he didn't get promoted, his parents and his wife and his friends would think he was a dirtbag.
No,
so he sold down his values. He sold down his values for
He
comfort.
forgot his oath.
And we see that
Like
on
most
a regular
officers do.
basis. So we're here to bring that to attention, and we're here to restore what we are not the rebels. We are not the rebels.
Right.
We're being painted as the rebels. We are not the rebels. We are the ones that want back what they took from us. They are the rebels. As far as overthrowing the government, they done that. We did not. No, we did not do that. Over a period of 100 years, we have slowly eroded our Constitution. Now they are very quickly eroding our Constitution because they're almost at the end of the game and they think that they can get by with it. But the problem is they let too many of us old graybeards stick around long enough to rally. That's right. So
Yeah.
We still got strength to rally.
We remember our freedom.
Exactly. I remember going to bed. Was for everyone? Oh yeah, bring them up here. Absolutely. We got some mail.
Are we talking just some of the visionaries? Christine wanted to pass this on to you for your legal fighting, and this is a donation for all the 1776 restoration movement. For everybody. And I don't know what it is and how much it is, and she also made some handmade bracelets that some of the ladies were handing out. Right there. Victoria's wearing one. That's right. It's a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift of support. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, I'm just kidding. Every single beautiful person who has given so much.
Thank you, man. Can you hold it? There you go.
To every single beautiful person who has given so much. Thank you for everything you do. You make the world much more beautiful just by being you. Thank you. Gratefully yours, Christine. She sent us $200 for the movement.
Woo! Every little bit helps. Thank you so much, Christine. Every little bit helps from everybody. And this is going to help us down here. It's going to help us maybe access, yeah, it says Santa on it. And there were a couple others I delivered as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And, do it on the live stream to show I didn't put all that in my pocket. No, I didn't know I had like $5,500 in my envelope.
Handwriting says, greater love has no man than this, that someone laid down his life for his friends. John 15:13.
Hallelujah. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Two small words can never describe how big an impact you have made, are making, and will continue to make. Thanks so much from deep inside of my heart, Christine. You are an awesome.
Good job. Good job, Americans. Thank you for helping us. Every little bit helps, and it's going to help us get what we need out here. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. We're all touched. Thank you.
I got you.
So much. I'm humbled by everything. You guys do their time. I keep thinking I got a cup. So anyway, from now on out, if something goes wrong, if they come and get me or anybody else, they're going to attack, the most vocal at first. Yours. And speaking of being vocal, hear how I'm talking right now? That's the kind of tone that we need to take.
That's correct.
I understand passion, and one of the things that dawned on me was when I was talking to Detective Millicek, was all he had ever seen of me were my speeches. He'd never really seen this part. When you're making a public speech, you ramp it up.
That's right.
That's what public speaking is. You're hammering home a point, and you're doing, you become passionate about what you're talking about. You no longer speak in normal conversational tones. So if that's all you see of me, then you think that I'm this wild-eyed, crazy man banging a podium. No, that's not who I am at all. That's a position I take as a public speaker to bring people's attention and to get them where they need to be. So when we're talking to the media and we're talking to our social media, we need to keep a very calm demeanor. Make your point. You can make your point. Use your words. Use your words. Let those words be what resonates in the hearts of people. I understand that I'm going to get passionate at times too. My voice is going to go up a little bit, maybe speak a little bit more authoritatively. But and keep things concise. What we want is 30 to 45 second things that people can trim out and post all over social media. Have it be a point. Have it be a bullet point. Just one bullet point. Where we can say, okay, freedom over fear. That bullet point, we know what that's talking about. It goes back to the COVID-19 mandates and things of that nature. We still need to be hammering that, guys. Yes. That's something that I've seen that we're actually letting slip. That COVID-19 mandates, that order. Thank you. The emergency powers. That still needs to be hammered. That is a hot topic for a lot of people. The border is a hot topic for a lot of people. The Second Amendment is a hot topic for a lot of people. So these are the reasons that we are here collectively. All of those reasons together, but we still need to keep, instead of saying we're here to restore our constitutional republic, it's very broad and all encompassing. So we need to start talking about some of the things that they are doing that limits our constitution or that abates our constitution. So we need to start hammering the individual points as well, so that people know why we're here. In the unlikely event that they come and get me again, Rose wanted me to do this a long time ago, and I just didn't. I don't know. I just didn't want to admit that it could happen to the level that I do something. But if something comes and happens again where I'm gone, taken away, then Raptor is going to step up, and he's going to take care of everything. He knows. Raptor and I have spent hundreds of hours together in conversation. He's a man that has my trust and has earned my trust.
10-4. 10-4.
Yeah.
Raptor's a good guy.
What I expect to happen at that point is everybody gather behind him and help him succeed. Because honestly, the next time they take me, I may not come back as quickly as I did this time. So I may not come back at all.
And Santa, just for the record, are you suicidal?
No, I am not suicidal. I am not at all suicidal, and I have a good heart. I know I look like I'm terribly out of shape, but I'm not. I don't have sugar diabetes. I had high blood pressure for a time when I had COVID. That has been rectified. I do not have a heart condition. As a matter of fact, when I first started started back trucking in 2014, I had a resting heart rate of 41. It says somewhere around.
That's very low
right now. Wow. So I'm actually in really good shape underneath all of this fat. I just like cupcakes and
You just insulated.
I have a six pack. There ain't no doubt. But mine's got one of them wrappers around it that keeps it warm. Thermal wrappers. So right now I'd like to shed some of that thermal wrapper. Here we are. So anyway, make sure you have pamphlets on you at all times. Let people know why we're here. Calm, peaceful.
There's people that just walked up. Feel free to offer them a pamphlet.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome, Patriots.
So anyway, just make sure that everything that we do is done kindly and professionally, and they cannot hear your message if your passion is in the podium. You've got to have the message. That's what it's all about. Anything that we're doing, we have to have a message. Why are we doing this if people do not get the message? So if they don't get the message, we're all the time and all the profile of what you welcome, of what you say, everything you have for this movement. Let's talk about what's going doing this. Let's make sure that we have this greatest investment in returning our nation to its rightful place in a peaceful, calm, reasonable way. We can't do this if we do not lose control of our emotions. Emotions will lead to that will happen. Emotions will kill the message. Emotions will kill the message.
That's true. Noted. Talked about that.
Contact what happened here a couple of days ago that has generated a great deal of support. Way more than what we got now on the way here. Here's the deal. When they get here, some of them have been in the movement before and have had to leave for whatever reason. They're coming back. We need to make sure that we pass this information that I'm giving you today on to them. Everybody that comes in has to have the same purpose, has to have the same heart, has to have the same demeanor that we have here. I'm trying my best, and if you see me, I'm apt to get a little hot. I'm apt to get a little aggravated. If somebody comes up, know this. If somebody comes up, get this good. If somebody comes up and tries to get you to do something stupid, you can't do that. I said in the past, they're either a fool or a fed. So they may be, they are one of the other.
It could be both.
They could be both.
Time for
If somebody comes up and is screaming in your face and they're wanting to invoke a reaction out of you, trust me, they've got somebody out somewhere with a video recorder on you. They want to capture that. Do not give them that kind of information. Do not give them that kind of fodder. Turn around and walk off. They're not reasonable. We will have a conversation with reasonable people, but you'll never have a conversation, a productive conversation, with somebody who is irrational. There's absolutely no point in carrying that on. And a lot of us men think that, we're not a man if we don't stand there. No, you're more of a man to turn around and walk away from somebody that's trying to goad you into a response that is counterproductive to the movement. You are more of a man. You're more of a woman. And some of my men, some of my women are tough. I mean, some of you guys scare me, and I'm fearless. So anyway, just let's make sure that that's the rule of the day. That's the way we guide our lives. We have to become decent, upstanding, moral individuals if we're going to have what we're wanting to have as a moral America. We have to let it begin here. The Bible says that judgment begins in the house of God. Well, that's us. We begin by judging ourselves, by guiding our lives in the way that we're supposed to go. So make sure that's what we do. Every single interaction we have with the public here, make sure it's a kind and make sure your side of it is kind and respectful and honorable to everyone that you have an interaction with. We need more of these signs. Restore our Constitution, freedom over fear. We had a bunch of other different signs out there, so make sure that we get those all.
Hey kids, have a good day. Stand up for freedom.
I want to remind all the live streamers that in Canada, they had almost 5% of the entire Canadian population show up in Ottawa below
The
zero
teacher stops with the
to
students.
stand up for their rights in Canada. We need that type of energy, that type of spirit, that type of commitment here in this country.
Get out here.
Like a team of horses.
One of my biggest fears in doing all of this was that I knew I was not dealing with Canadians. That's one of my biggest fears, is that we're not Canadians. They are very kind and very respectful in everything that they do. We have to do, if we want to, look, people are not going to join a hothead. I don't want anything to do with a hothead. We have to remain passive, or passionate, but passive at the same time. Nothing wrong with being passionate as long as people understand that it's the heart that's speaking, it's not anger that's speaking. So we have to remain calm, cool, and collective in everything that we do. Thank you for this. Very good. Thomas Sowell. It is usually futile to try to talk facts and analysis to people who are enjoying a sense of moral superiority in in their ignorance.
Yeah.
So yeah. I had somebody tell me the other day, you can no longer claim the moral high road. Yeah, I can. Okay, that's settled. Let's move on to the next issue.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I can claim the moral high road anytime I want to claim the moral high road. You got to give me more of a reason than that to say that I can't claim the moral high road. So anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to step out into. I didn't want to do this out there because we'd be out there this whole time. But I want to step out there and then we're going to sing the national anthem. Where's my singer at? Jennifer's here. She's going to lead us in the national anthem. Some of you know this already, but if you look off to the left, you will see the Capitol building. If you look off to the right, you got the Washington Monument. I thought that was a cool place. I didn't realize that they were that close to us until I stepped out this morning. I thought, anyway, never mind what I thought. But anyway, really cool. So we're going to step out there and proudly and loudly sing a national anthem.
Before we go out there, can I say something?
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Mm-mm.
All right. First of all, I want to apologize to everybody if I've offended anybody. Second of all, I hear all you live streamers telling your people, come on down, come on down. Well, I remember a time ago, we are not partisan. We have no left, no right. We are America.
Yeah.
This place right here where I'm standing was full of over 1 million people when Donald Trump asked them to come here. Over 1 million people.
Yeah.
Did y'all come for Donald Trump or did you come for what he stood for, which is America, getting our freedoms back?
Right.
Come.
Yeah.
We would like you here if that was the reason that you came that day. Don't come because of Donald Trump. He's a man. Come because you want your country back.
Amen.
Let's fill this place.
Good job, Joe.
Please.
Yep.
Yeah.
Woo!
Right on.
Well said.
That was a good one, brother.
Well said.
That was a good one. That was a damn
Before we go to the national anthem, if somebody will get the flag, we've got a couple flags. Okay. So we'll start with prayer first, and then we'll go to the pledge of allegiance, then we'll go do the national anthem. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all that you do for us. I don't know how you do it, but sometimes you take what looks like bad and turn it into good. Only you can do that. And we appreciate that. I thank you for the people who stood here when others would have ran and went home. I am so honored, God, to stand among them and call them my friends and my fellow patriots. Ask God that you let today be peaceful, that you let the other side remain peaceful, that you prick our hearts when we begin to come out of joint with your purpose and your message. Just prick our hearts and let us know that we're not to go there. We all have that condemnation. Let us not override that in a moment of heat. Let us, God, act like real men and real women. Let's bear this burden with dignity and honor. Let us become honorable people, oh God. Let us act like honorable people. Let us remain honorable people. We can only do that with your help and with your guidance and with your support. Take each and every one of us in your hands right now, oh God. Make us the man and woman that we're supposed to be for your glory, for your honor, for your praise. We give this, oh God, to you, and we ask this in the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen.
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 Hallelujah. That's right. Pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Look at there. Is that national news?
No.
No? Is that local news?
It's interesting to watch who does and doesn't say the Pledge of Allegiance when we say it every morning, right? Interesting to see who doesn't say those words. Just saying. Just saying. We should block this thing and sing the national anthem and have them go around. Hey. Grass it. Flag to the front. We all follow the flag. Flag to the front. Look at that. Everyone's following you. Look at everyone following this flag. Look at Steve coming up with the flag, and all the Patriots are coming up, rallying to the flag on the mall.
Yeah, baby.
This is where we need you, Patriots, right between the Washington Monument
Got lots of room.
and the Capitol, and there's a lot of room for Patriots on all this grass. You got to come out early in the morning to get a good parking spot, Patriots. Come out real early in the dark of the morning and park on Jefferson and Madison between 3rd and 6th. And what you see here is only a fraction of who's here. We have people watching the vehicles. We have people back at camp pulling security. We have people on supply runs right now. So we need you to come and reinforce this, and we're all here to get that message out for freedom, Patriots. So gallantly sing, and the rockets right there, the bombs bursting in the air, gave proof that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave for the land of free? Good job. And the heart of the and more. Again, interesting to watch who puts their hand over their heart when we do the national anthem and who doesn't. Right? There are people in this crowd who don't put their hand on their heart and don't stop for the national anthem. There are people who did not recite the Pledge of Allegiance who are here with us, and that's all on this video right now. I saw Taco Joe with his hand over his heart. He's a patriotic American. But guys, for real, just look at that video and you're going to see people right now who didn't even put their hand over their heart during the national anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance, who didn't even say the Pledge of Allegiance with us.
Don't know it because they're not being taught it.
I'm telling you, I got it on the video right now. So we see who, who's here, and you gotta stand up, right? There's certain songs, there's certain things that we should do.
You making a point of something?
Yeah, I didn't see you.
Why don't you just say it clearly for everybody to understand so that...
Why didn't you put your hand over your heart for the national anthem, and why didn't you recite the Pledge of Allegiance?
Why do you feel like I have to?
Because we're Americans and we should be proud of those things. And if we're not, we should speak that clearly. And because you've been with us for a long time on this movement and saying you're with this movement. So if you're with this movement, why don't you say the Pledge of Allegiance, and why don't you put your hand on the heart for the national anthem?
Because I'm concentrating on creating a live stream for people to see.
Well, we all are. And we just put it down on a tripod, and you've got two hands and you're holding this with one hand. And
I have my belief. I'm a proud American.
Yeah.
But you're making a judgment call based on something that you don't have the right to do that. You can't demand I do anything.
I'm not demanding. I just made an observation. And I asked you why.
So here's the question. This is what we're going to talk about.
Sure.
On your live stream yesterday, you were trying to claim that somebody was...
Big man right
now. Say it for everybody to understand. You were saying I am some sort of...
No, I said somebody from the right side took a video that was then cropped, or someone cropped a video that someone took from the right side.
Yes.
that only showed my response and not what happened before.
And when you say the right side, you're speaking
My
physically.
right, my physical right, this side of me. And I asked the police officer, I said, when you watched the video, did you see my right hand going away from the person filming or towards? And he said away.
From the clip that you saw.
Yeah.
Did you see my great truck in the background?
Hey, I'm not saying it was you, Izzy. I'm just saying I saw you on my right.
Question. Did you see my great truck?
Yeah. It's all good, man. Let's not do this. I was just asking why you didn't say the Pledge of Allegiance, and you came over and picked it out. It'll give us views, but we shouldn't show division.
No, there's
you're making
plenty
this
that they're
judgment call
using
about me.
against us.
You're right.
We shouldn't give them a fuel, bro.
Well, it's on video.
I mean, this does matter, bro.
But
Matters a lot. You're right. I'm gonna walk away.
It matters a lot,
Because you came over to me, so I'm gonna walk away. And I'm just talking about what I'm seeing on the live stream. I don't have it. You know, I'm not putting you down as a
you're
human.
making a judgment based on what you think I need to do for you and for something else.
The Americans have taken care of you. You should be proud of being an American. The
I am
Americans
proud
are
of being
taking
an
care of you, and all of us.
I am proud of being an American.
10-4.
But
don't be afraid to show people.
You're putting out there that I had something to do with this Twitter video.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I said you were on my right, and the video came from the right.
You understand what that Twitter video is,
Yeah.
and how that works.
It's okay.
I told you months ago.
Yeah.
I came to you and I said, "This is what we see. This is what happens."
I know you're in a lot of Antifa chats, and you show me the Twitter pages, and
Yes.
you know what those pages are somehow.
I know what they do, and I tried to warn you of the effects of that.
Right.
You saw the effects of that.
Yeah, of course.
But based on what you were saying, the video that you and Paul Revere shot while you were getting your truck fixed puts you as in the same position as what it put myself or any of the other streamers with the claim that you're making.
What do you mean?
You were the only camera there, and those same people attacked you for what was on your live stream, the same way that they did yesterday.
And then they found out that Paul Revere has like a big criminal history for like thieving and robbing, right? They found out what he did with Faith, or excuse me, Hope. They found out what he did to Shelley for 7 days, and now the truth has come to light.
But that's not the point. You always make it about something else. You're making a claim that somebody here with
Rizzy's trying to cause distraction because he didn't say the Pledge of Allegiance and he didn't put his hand on his heart for the national anthem. And he's telling me he's a patriot, and we're just making another issue, right? We shouldn't do this.
This patriot didn't get arrested yesterday for what he did.
Right.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You can make the claim that I had something to do with putting that out there.
Yeah.
All the time.
There are a
But
couple
I've been
people
trying to
here
help
who
you
are
understand
like,
what's going on,
Yeah.
and you don't want to use your ears as much as you use your mouth.
But honestly, you know, there's.
Thank you for your comments.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to help you.
There's 12 live streamers now.
Yeah, of course.
So I mean,
Of course. Well, I didn't do anything wrong. I defended myself after I was hit in the face, and I retreated to the police. That's not illegal.
I saw a video. It didn't look like you were hit. I don't know what you mean by hit.
That's the one with the bullhorn, and that's the video that was cropped that the sergeant watched. And so we have 3 other videos. They're all cropped down. I have them saved, and I'm good. It shows me getting struck in the face.
So where your head went back?
Yep. When my head goes back, I get hit in the face with the
And then that's why
megaphone.
when you did that?
And I swipe it away, and then I immediately retreat 200 yards to the police, and I report that whole thing.
And that's not in question.
I'll show you a video after this if you want.
That's not in question. What's in question is you keep claiming that there's some mole or something within the camp, and I'm trying to help you to understand how the people that are
I
out
don't
there.
say that. Do I? I say
Yeah,
that
you-
our
you
information's
did.
good. We're all on live
Right,
stream,
you
so that's
did.
our
I know.
mole. We
Everybody's
are our
live
own
stream, so
moles.
everybody can see
You
it.
know, yeah.
But you keep claiming that there's some mole within camp or within the group.
Well, I'm
and
not going
there
around
is
making a big thing about that. I might have said it once or twice, right? But I'm not making a big thing or
several
whispering
times.
to people.
And you also use my name within that same structure,
Okay.
making that claim. And the reason I know that as well is because so many people came to me and said, "Hey, you got to go check this out because he's calling you this mole."
I'm saying it's possible because you have a high level of interaction.
Again,
Hold
you
on.
just said
Stop
it's
talking.
possible that I'm a mole. You're making a claim that's false.
Well, you communicate with Antifa.
Because I don't communicate with Antifa.
How do you know their pages? How do you know what page they have on Twitter? Like, how do you get it?
Your conspiracy theory.
How do you get into their chat
You have to know
rooms?
your enemy to understand how your enemy works.
So you pretend to be their friend.
I don't pretend anything.
Are you
Because all you
pretending to
have
be
do
our
is
friends?
Watch their social media and you see exactly what they do, and you learn from that. You understand who you're dealing with.
It's cool, man. We don't have to do all
but I
this.
can see the
I just saw that you didn't say the Pledge of Allegiance and you didn't put your hand on your heart for the national anthem. That's all I'm calling out. And you can do whatever you want, but the evidence is adding up.
You can keep that as what you use as your sense of patriotism.
Well, I've got the, it's on video. We all saw you do that.
You have that belief.
Yeah, I sure do. Because I watched it and it's
I
true.
will always tell the truth.
Yeah.
That is
Did you put your hand on your heart for the national anthem?
whatever you can
Tell the
judge.
truth.
Right there? No, I didn't. I was.
Did you say the Pledge of Allegiance? Tell the truth.
I have a live stream. I don't
So
do
do
that
I.
because it picks me up. Your fucking genius mentality. Your ears and your mouth do not match.
Tell your people the Pledge of Allegiance. It'll make them stand up. They'll want to say it too.
How do you not understand the difference?
I'm trying to walk away from you. I don't want to argue with you. Good. Jesse's back, guys. Jesse Nagy came back. Good. I knew they would come back. 10-4. Yeah, I'm trying to walk away. I keep walking away. It's cool. I just, observed him not saying the Pledge of Allegiance, not putting his hand on his heart for the national anthem, not singing. He has something in one hand and his other right hand is free. And I just asked why, and, he got worked up. But he's making a lot of money covering this movement, this American Patriot movement. He's not unloading trucks. He's not loading trucks. He's not bringing in, supplies. He's not coming in the dark of the night to do recon. He's getting paid to cover us, and he doesn't even put his hand on his heart for the national anthem. He doesn't even say the Pledge of Allegiance, and I asked why.
We got to keep in unity best we can, no matter what. There's a lot of different personalities and different situations out here. We really never know who's got ulterior motives. But to me, if somebody's out here filming, they're helping the movement. And I have disagreements with several guys here, particularly a few women, but I'm not. You can't let it be personal. Can't let it be personal. Especially at this stage of the situation. Thank God we got live streaming. He has a lot of viewers. We're catching on to what's going on. We got nothing to hide here. I'm out in the open all the time. I don't have to hide from my government, federal government, state government, community, local governments. We're not supposed to hide from them. And we're certainly not supposed to fear them. Never, 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 never fear the Fed government or your state and local. Never. Don't fear your police forces. They're here to serve and protect. And they do a pretty dang good job of it overall, risking their life. Risking their life. I don't even know if this is on. Huh? What part?
The whole thing. I had two parts.
Oh, it was good. Yeah, we did passing out. The meeting, it was a lot about our communication with not only the church and America, but also with the police. So we keep it civil all the time. We be nice, and easy to do that.
There we go. There we go.
He said he wants everybody to get a little more involved in talking to people. You already do that. There's a whole bunch of copies over here if you need more.
Let me grab my phone.
We're keeping the Constitution and flyers over here.
I'm trying to do this other stuff. This is fire. What's the guy?
Called a rad. Before that, just wake up. Yeah, we tried.
Where they at? That's the footage I watched.
Yes.
That's where I
Actually, if you watch my footage, somebody clipped it. And my footage has like, remember.
Everyone's footage was clipped. Everyone's footage was clipped.
That's a part. That's a part. He's saying
Like everyone is an infiltrator.
right.
His footage is clipped. He's an infiltrator.
Right.
So,
But that,
my issue was with him. You know what? They were having enough to talk about us. Us arguing on camera. I was going to do it.
I'm going to mute my word. I can understand. But he's in denial. Was his first. When I'm thinking about him, I'm thinking about him.
I'm not thinking about you being. I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking of hit. So I'm like,
Yeah, that's what exactly.
so let me see your clip.
Oh, here's somebody sent to me. It's some guy by the name of Spider on YouTube. No, remember I put my phone, my tripod down, and I walked away to go pay the meter. Mine was to pay the meter. Why not?
And sometimes chores judge on my shoulder. That was like that. You see, my chores carry 14 shotgun shoulders. You know how I got the name of judge though? In the old Western days, every judge had one of them. Come over that table, he go over it real quick. But cup, they have a smaller version called cup. But the other two categories.
I have no idea where. Yeah, guys, this is the time that us urban has to see problems, guys. We got a big family, and around their family disagrees all the time. You'll be lying to me if you tell me that your family, your personal friends, that you guys have never had a disagreement. That is fine.
Want me to talk? Okay, I'll put it over here.
I don't want this don't need to be on.
Do you want to walk over there then? Because we're gonna go have a talk about teamwork and appropriateness real quick.
I won't mute. I'll just walk away. When I go through Walmart,
We're in our constitutional republic. You don't want that to be done back and thrown away. Response to the point. Because you're not going to take jump yet.
Awesome. Welcome back. How you doing? Yeah, everything's cool. We had a good conversation. Everything is cool. Everybody's down here. You got the Patriots. You got Plumber B holding it down with Mrs. B. And we got Jesse back. What's up? Welcome back. Good to see you guys.
What's up, man?
I'm glad you're here. Hey.
About election integrity. So that's yeah.
I don't see.
No, I feel you 100% on that. You know, if they can do that.
Patriots are still here. Patriots aren't going anywhere. We're holding the mall. We want y'all to come in tonight. Come in late at night. Come in the early morning, and we're going to take all the streets around the Washington Mall. We want you to park legally on the streets all the way around the Washington Mall. So Jefferson and Madison and Oreoson streets. Block them out. Park legally. But get here early or you're not going to get a spot. That's a 2500 right there. It's GMC though. That's a Sierra right there. Almost ran. All right. Good morning, everybody. So I'm going to throw some shoes on. I'm going to hop off the stream here in just a minute because I want to look for the message from Sheepdog. We're going to have I'm going to do an interview with Sheepdog today. I need to know what time that meeting is going to be, and so I'm just going to hop off here soon. Really good job there, Black Wolf. Cool. Thank you, Black Wolf. I really appreciate that. Thank you to all the moderators. Thank you guys for being in the channel. I wasn't trying to make a big deal out of anything. I was just asking, I thought he was a patriot, and at first it was strange with the Pledge of Allegiance, then the national anthem, and neither one, the hand on the heart or saying it or engaging in. So that was it. I just asked why. It seemed like a weird thing, and I guess there was some more stuff sort of under the surface there that we talked about. And I think everything, as far as I'm concerned, everything's cool. We're going to push forward and really do the best I can to put on a good channel for you guys and to show you what's really happening. But I am involved with this movement. It's not like I'm here impartially showing you what's happening, showing you the truth. But I am part of this movement, so you definitely hear me, like Santa was saying. Sometimes we get a little bit more worked up with our verbiage. Right? I'm pretty calm how I'm talking to you right now, and this is how I like to do my communicating and my thinking. And you can ask those police officers from yesterday. I was very calm. We were joking, laughing. We had each other laughing, and everything was cool, calm and cool. When I see gross miscarriages of justice and abuses of power, when I see my freedoms being eroded, when I see elected and appointed officials, with badges or with their congressional emblems or senatorial, emblems, degrading and destroying my freedom, I get worked up and upset. It frustrates me. And I got to tell y'all how I feel. I'm a passionate guy. Right? I'm passionate about America. I'm passionate about freedom. I want to be a peaceful, nonviolent person. I will respond to any physical attacks to make myself safe. And that's what I did yesterday. I made myself safe, and then I immediately retreated. When I haven't been in a fight for a long time, and I don't want to be in any fights. As a Marine, I've had to do that, and I don't want that. But I will immediately protect myself when someone physically engages me with violence. Whoever that person is, I will immediately protect myself when I'm engaged with physical violence. When I'm touched. If someone goes and just touches a police officer, he could shoot him. Right? So swatting a bullhorn away, which was a natural response. If any of you are trained or military, if you get hit in the face, it's an immediate response to put your hands up and protect yourself. And that's what happened there. It was an immediate, unconscious response in alignment with my training, for my conditioning, to just protect myself and get back and escape, to create distance between me and what I perceived to be someone who was a threat, someone who made plans to come to where we were camped and engage in aggressive libel, right? Like the speaking version of slander, saying things that weren't true, calling us and me rapists and fascists, and all the other horrible names that she said, all the horrible lies that woman said, saying that there was no God, and then you see her turn that bullhorn towards me, and I'm just dancing with her. I'm trying to dance her off with love. I'm trying to just say, hey, we love you. I love you so much. And, come dance with me. And yeah, probably went back and forth with them a little bit, and it probably wasn't necessary. And in the future, I'm going to just stay away unless there's some kind of risk to life, limb, or eyesight. I'll let the other people, the security team, kind of handle that other stuff. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to have tactical things to do this weekend. And I can't wait to see all you big trucks. I got something special for you guys. I got a real special place for you guys to park. You're going to love it. Four-wheelers, we want you all along this street, all along Madison and all along Jefferson. These two streets on the north and south of the Washington Mall. We want you between 3rd Street and 7th Street. So we're going to park all the way along both streets. We're going to park legally. We're going to pay those meters, and we're going to come out and we're going to peacefully protest. Thank you so much, Black Wolf, for putting out that link to where that megaphone strikes me in the face before I swat it away to create safety. Thank you so much to all the viewers who are on here. I really appreciate you guys. So I'm really looking forward to having that interview with Sheepdog. Okay, I'm looking forward to doing the interview with Sheepdog later today. I think he's, from what I hear, he's a great patriot. He has a great channel. I'll come back on later and I'll put the word out about that. All right, and I want you guys to come out. I really want you to come out. I need you here this weekend. We need as many people as possible out here. I need as many people as possible. What are you guys going to do? All right, are you going to stand up for freedom? Are you going to stand up for freedom, or are you going to quit? Yes, ma'am.
Any idea who picked up the restoration banner last night and those web chairs? Maybe he's talking to you about not leaving them unattended.
I was working with Raptor until pretty late.
Yeah, he said Raptor told me he was talking to you, and after that he doesn't know where the banner is.
I don't think I had the banner. I had the whole speaker system. I moved that into my truck and I've been unloading it.
And you didn't touch the banner?
I didn't touch the banner or anything else.
Okay, so as you talk to people...
And everything was clear.
But we don't know who's got it.
Right.
So if you talk to anybody, ask them.
Yes, ma'am.
The restoration banner and the web chairs. That
I
was
wonder
on.
if it's with our supplies.
There and here, and you've been looking.
Maybe somebody put it in there. I'll look. All right. We're looking for a banner. We're trying to find a banner out here for the movement, so I'll grab that. So, guys, yeah, I'm going to hop off. We need you guys here. We need you here. We got to fill up this mall. We got to stand up for freedom, right? Whether it's First Amendment, Second Amendment, whatever it is, whether you saw Oreo's phone get taken, that violation of the Fourth Amendment, that illegal search and seizure, right? You've seen some really, really inappropriate and I would say corrupt tactics from some of the police here. Some of the police have been great, and some have really, really been horrible. We saw police officers sleeping, blocking crosswalks and fire hydrants to take up all the spots on the road, just sleeping with their chairs back and jackets in the window. Americans, you can't just stand by and hope it's going to get better. You have to come out and peacefully protest and wave that flag. And this is like my first protest movement. This convoy thing that started in February is the first time I've ever really come out and protested anything. But I'm at the point where I'm so frustrated with the reality here in the United States that I don't think I'm going to be able to stay in America much longer unless we can get this fixed, right? Unless we can start to restore some morality to our appointed and elected officials, right? We need term limits. We need accountability. What are you saying, Caddy? I don't even know who that is. Thanks anyway. All right. So that's it. What'd you say? You had 20 people to get ready to come down? Yeah, I don't think that's true, Colleen. I think you're all talk. I think you're one of the Patriots who just flaps your mouth. What I need is the Patriots out here, okay? All right? I need it here. All right? I need you guys here. You need to come out here. You need to stand up for freedom. It's not about the drama. It's not about the side things, right? It's not about how people maybe feel uncomfortable about what was, right, on video, their actions or whatever. We just deal with what's out there on video, and I'm not trying to make any enemies out of anybody, but come on. I need you guys to stand up. I need you to come out here, okay? I need you to come out, and I need all of you to help me. I need you to help this movement. I need you to stand up with Santa, and you got to come out here. If you don't do it now, you're never going to do it, are you? What would it take for you to come out? If you're not coming out right now, what would it take? What would have to get worse? Tater, I'm looking forward to seeing you. Thanks for coming, buddy. We need you guys. Ashley, I know. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate that. Thank you, Trucker G's family. Where are you guys? We need you here. This is where it is, and if you guys don't come out and stand up peacefully for freedom, it's not going to work. It's not going to work unless you personally come out, and I need you to come out, and come out early in the morning so you can get a parking spot. Don't come all the way here and then be like, oh, I had to park 5 blocks away. No, come park here. We want you on the mall, and bring your flag, wave a flag, or carry a small flag or something. Just get a flag, an American flag, and come here. And we're really looking forward to seeing all of you. We need as many people here as possible, and this is not going to work without you. Please, 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 please come out. Stand up for freedom. Be peaceful and nonviolent. No rioting, no looting, no occupying buildings. We are not trying to depose, the government or anything like that. We just want our government to work a little harder for us and to remember that, hey, the stock market's in the toilet. Inflation is through the roof. There's a food shortage and there's a diesel shortage, and all you can talk about is Ukraine. How about talking about how you can help the people and then doing it? All right. I want to see you guys this weekend. I'll go live later. I love you. Bye.